are actually only taking the invitational path, and they will make their run through qualifiers to the regional finals. There is no open path for Latin America. So simple, easy peasy. So get in there, be square, then you can all the way to the pan, earn a spot. 4 stars. I'd prefer 5 stars.
Maybe, I don't know, like maybe 4 stars is where it's at. Maybe that's the where we're going inside of this is 4 stars is best stars.
We need to change this graphic. Who's in charge here? Get that 5th star on there.
Just go all the way. Just make it 10 stars. Put like 5 stars across the top, 5 stars across the bottom.
I like where his head's at.
Go full on.
I like it.
I know. All the stars, all the better. So with this, naturally, we're going to be moving through multiple games. We're going to have 5 rounds, all things considered, today. And here are some of our rosters. We've got Troll Team Esports. Following that up, we've got. Do you want to take a stab at saying that one?
I will. Let's see.
magalzaoshow.
Ooh, magalzaoshow. Magalzed. Is that a Q?
Do it?
No, it's an O. It does look. I can't tell, dude. I think it's
We're going to be butchering
magalzaoshow.
names through the entirety of this, and I apologize in advance, everyone. Just be with us on this one.
Look at that first one. Pedrer de Servente.
I'll go with that
Pedrero.
one. Toma
I can't tell. Can somebody tell us? Can somebody confirm if that's a D or no? Oh, I see a D over there. That's a no. Excuse us, guys. We're just trying to get Team Anonymous. I like it. Sweet dreams. I'm gonna go take a sweet dream in the back.
Max Turbo Aqua.
It's been a long day. Friends Blood.
And then we've got Athena Esports coming in on this one, as well as the Mencia duo coming back behind that is Paralinda and I don't know. All the accents come through there. Friends Blood. Do you want Friends Blood? Friends Blood, that just seems like you want like your enemy's blood, wouldn't you?
That sounds like how I play PUBG. Team kill.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, I'm going to team kill you, bro. That's the way that this is going to go down. Going to get Friends Blood all over me there. And Mexico never wins. Oh, that feels bad, man. I'm wondering if that's relation to the World Cup that just happened through there. And then we got some Pink Killers, Team Noob coming through there as well. Falling through there.
Maybe we'll see some Mexico winning today.
Hopefully. We're going to be in the Latin America region, so hopefully somebody comes out through there. So it's going to be interesting to see the way that this all plays out today.
Yeah, let's go shadowing. I missed your teammate's name. I apologize. However, come on. Mexico's going to win today. I believe in you. You got this.
I get the feeling like we're going to have to make some nicknames as we go through this here,
Possibly,
Lucy.
yeah. We can make up some little shortcuts or yikes. All right. Well, anyway, with that said, you guys, here's what we've been announcing all day long. It is about the amazing Spa Day skins available to you if you are a Twitch Prime member, aka Amazon Prime. Connect it to your Twitch account. Boom.
It's free.
All the cool free stuff.
It's free. Why do you ever want to pass on free stuff? I mean, let's be honest. Almost everybody has an Amazon Prime account at this point. Just go ahead and pick it up. Get your Spa Day. I mean, look, that thing is awesome. Specifically, you got your nice fluffy robe and the neck rest. If you haven't seen it, whenever you kill somebody and they fall back on their back and they've got the neck rest, it's pretty hilarious.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I like
it. Just looks like they're kind of like sprawled out, just kind of like laying there relaxing.
Does it look blown up, or is it actually like fabric inside?
Just well, it's like if you've ever been on an airplane before,
but
it's like
kind of
looks
like
ones.
a blown up one.
Oh, well,
right?
I don't know. I would think
those
it would
could be
the
easy to make
ones,
Twitch.
Right?
Get on it. The blow-up ones, neck pillows.
Well, you
You're
were talking
welcome.
about earlier, didn't you say the fact that you wanted to have one of the ropes, like in real life?
Yes. Let's make this happen.
IRL,
so I think everyone would agree in chat. Spam Pepe, please, if you agree. But either way, you guys, all day long, all tournament long, really, send us your tweets. You can tweet me. You can tweet Matrim. You can tweet anybody you like, your friend, your mom, your grandma. Tweet them. Share them, whatever you like. A clip of this stream or your favorite streamer's stream with the hashtag Broadcaster Royale. Do not forget the Broadcaster Royale hashtag because you could be featured on this stream. Ooh.
Help us catch some of the stuff because there's a lot of streamers that are going to be playing inside this, so there's going to be a lot of neat angles. So if you come across anything that was just like really awesome and it didn't get shown on stream, make sure you use that hashtag so that way we can follow it up and hopefully show it on stream to everybody else.
Yeah, we'd like to share your goods. Don't hold out on us, all right?
I mean, that's kind of the purpose of this. Like, it's Broadcaster Royale. It's all about broadcasters. It's all about interactivity, and we want you guys to interact with us.
Yeah.
So feel free to add us.
Where's our Twitters? Did you guys pop them up? I mean, let's throw that up again, just for our friends right here that maybe they're just joining in. We love conversation.
Yeah, I may spend a little bit too long on social media these days, but I mean that's just the way it comes through. Like half of this is whenever you're dealing with like streamers and esports and all that stuff. It's just a chit chat with everybody. I know like we have conversations all the time on social media.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're not Who uses texts? I mean, I don't
It's
need
all
your
about
phone number.
It's all
Blowing
about
up your
like,
DMs.
just like Discord and DMs and all that other stuff these days. That's where the fun is.
Yeah.
You gotta share the memes, man. Gotta share the memes.
Except here, oh my gosh, give us your clips, seriously, because we're trying to catch all the goodness for you, but you guys are probably going to be able to catch more than we are here. So please, share your favorite streamers. Maybe you're watching them and we aren't watching them, and you want us to see it. And everyone else here watching as well.
And another big part of this event is if you see somebody do something cool, go give them a check out. We want you to go. All these guys are going to be playing. They're going to be also streaming. So make sure you jump in. Like, go jump into their chat. Maybe say hi. Maybe give them a follow if you really enjoy what's going on. Because let's be honest, it's always cool to kind of like reach out and find new people to watch. I love that part of Twitch.
Reach out.
There we go. Now, I don't know what this was, but like pet your
I
face.
was going to pet you.
Face.
Oh, I
There we
almost did. Did I? What
Got
did
the
I touch?
microphone tap there.
Oh, touch the microphone. You guys, so the point system, though, how it's working, if you didn't know, is first place gets 200 points, and from there it dwindles down 5 points only. It's really, I mean, usually it's somewhat at least 25 to 30 or 50 between placements, but second place will get 195, then 190, 185, etc. So not a big spread, and those kills can be super integral to your final scoring and placements on the leaderboard. 4 points per kill.
And that is huge. Whenever there's only a 5-point difference between placements, just a kill manages to shift you up just a little bit more there. So we're coming back over here and taking a quick look at the format here. As you can see, all regions are playing inside of this. So we're going to take all 4 of these regions. Everybody's going to be playing through different paths to get through here. So what we're going to be looking at is the Latin America area. It's going to be the invitational path that are going to be coming through here. We've got qualifier 1 and 2 that are going to be occurring. Then takes them into the regional final and gives them that last spot inside of this. Meanwhile, a lot of the other regions also do have an open path that's available. So they're going to play through the qualifiers as well. So if you just kind of wanted to play inside of it, you could have signed up, made your way inside of it. The only real rule is all you have to be doing is playing PUBG, and you have to be capable of streaming. Past that, I know chat has been exploding like, oh, where's so-and-so and where's so-and-so? Yes, guys, there are wildcard invites coming into this as well. So if you didn't necessarily see somebody that you know like inside of this and like is your go-to streamer, you may see them coming as long as like the longer that this develops out.
Well, there's 2 weeks of qualifiers, so this is week 1, and then I believe it's August 4th and 5th. Well, the 4th would be the invitational date. It's a new set, a new batch of streamers, duo teams coming in hot for you. So if, like Matrim said, they're not here today, they're probably going to be here that weekend, and you can catch them live. Oh, it looks like we're driving right into the map, though. First map.
Over here.
What's the map name?
Sanok.
No, Matt!
Sanok!
What? I am a terrible teacher.
I know, I'm a terrible person.
You have given me.
Did you not just see how badly I butchered all of those names a second ago? You should just embrace that this is just going to be the way it goes
You
through
will
here.
say this right before this is over.
All right, say it for me one more time.
Sanok.
Sanok.
Yeah.
Sanok. It's like
Forget the H.
It's like the what is it? The things from Star Wars. Minox?
Sure.
Sanok.
Yikes.
Don't give me that look. I'm judging
I'm a
you
Star
so hard.
Trekkie.
Okay, well that's acceptable. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I'm technically more of a Trekkie myself. That's the way I was born and raised, but still gotta know the Star Wars memes too.
Yeah, because my dad really loves Star Trek. So I'm just like, that whole family-ness.
Which one? Original? Next Generation?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, I grew
How
up
can you
watching
be a Trekkie and say I think so? You have to have a stance.
I didn't know there were multiples. I'm sorry. I said more into Star Trek. I never said I was a fanatic. I will clarify.
You guys can't see it on cam, so I was giving her the most judging look on the face of the earth right now.
Punching me, guys.
All right. Got a little bit of violence going on over here on the desk. So,
hey,
we've got a
they're
job.
fragging, we're fragging.
That is an awesome little setup there.
I am scared and intrigued at the same time.
Got a lot of intensity inside of the streamer so far. Popping over here, doing a quick look around, doing the drop down. I love the outfit that he's got on there. I'm all about the cosmetics, man. I love the cosmetics.
Yeah, it's interesting to go from streamer to see what their apparel or wardrobe is for their streams. Some take on a full-on character. Like, I wonder if this guy, most likely, streams like this every single stream.
Well,
With
and
that
not even
mask.
that. Like, we've got the different cosmetic choices for the players. We've got the different cosmetics for the streamers. It's just a little bit of everything. Always naturally nice to see how different people opt into something. You can almost tell how somebody plays based off of how they dress their player. Like, you notice he looks a little bit more I was expecting like a super edgy style guy, but it's like not just wearing like pants and t-shirt.
He's trying to be one with the grass, with this look.
Yeah, that does blend in pretty well here.
Yeah. Ooh, someone else landing in here with him. That wasn't his teammate.
Now we've got the circle that has popped up over here. Now I think it's going to be about who manages to grab a gun first and see how this goes. Just grab a quick rifle coming over there. Does see him on the outside. Does the peek around. Gets a nice drop onto him.
He legitimately just came around that corner with the most suave casualness I've seen. No, get him!
Where did this guy come from? He just like jumped out of nowhere. Was he like trying to pan him?
Dos mortes. Did I say that right, stream? I hope so.
We'll go with it. We'll say yes. This is a very quiet streamer. Like, not even hype about it.
Well, imagine, he'd probably, if he were to speak, he'd probably fog up his mask.
I think it's all about, well, I think it goes back into the whole like style with the masks. What is it? I know the name of the mask, but it just slipped my head off the top of it.
I don't know.
And so now we're coming over here and looking at Boss Arch. Doing an approach. Looks like he got vision on somebody just a second ago.
These guys, I will tell you right now out the gate, I mean, the difference with North America and Latin America right now, everyone's wanting to fight.
Oh,
I mean, are you seeing this? North America is just kind of like, we are trying to survive, get our stuff, win a compound, hole up, move with the circle. These guys are, I'm a find you.
And they're intense. Like, look at how quiet everything is inside of it. Like, everybody is just beaded in right now. They're like, no, I want to win this thing. And you can totally tell it. Like, they're just like, just minimal information. Like, I see this, I do this, and then it's like, okay, it's time to go.
They're very much more calm than our previous Spanish-speaking team that was on the North American Invitational.
Finally takes a couple of shots there, going for the peek around. Nice drop, but then the return shots come back through, hiding back behind the tree. Looks like they decided to go aggressive, and I love it. Get the down, don't give them a chance to get the res.
Yeah, that hot QBU shot, though. No, his teammate's alive. Where is his teammate? He got a knock. Pushing would have been their choice there. But he got him up. Yeah, bummer.
I got another down based off of it. I'm kind of surprised based off of this. I would have thought that they would have played a little bit more aggressive, but no. Why play it aggressive whenever the kills just come out to you?
Right, exactly. They just keep funneling outside.
Hey, thanks for the down. I couldn't quite get the kill. Let him come out forward, just get the kill off of it, and oh, this is amazing. I don't even know what's happening in the stream already, but I'm excited.
I know. He's taking us on a trip across wet waters. Frontier. PauloVacaLive? I'm going to learn my Spanish vaca. Oh, it just sounds like vodka. Like when you say Red Bull and vaca.
Yeah. Apparently it means cow from what our production people are sending over to us.
It means cow. They're like, stop, Lucy. You're just butchering it. Stop.
Yeah, you can
cow.
you can tell. Production's going to have to be helping us quite a bit inside of this one, guys. So we reference them every once in a while. Just know that that's why. No disrespect to the region. It's just we just don't. That's what's kind of fun about looking at all these different regions when they come together. It's like you got to learn the different pronunciations, the different play styles, like the different stream styles. Like again, so quiet.
But I mean, they're just holding out outside. Oh my gosh! See, this is why you don't really want to do that, because you've got another team roll up on you. He was just standing out in the open, and I was really surprised. Sanaki, you do not want to be just. He was acting like this was Miramar, essentially.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to come back over to this from, like, I guess the North American streams with, like, Trick and everything else like that, where it's just, like, yelling and screaming, and now it's just, like, no, we embrace the game. We're going to be, like, quiet. We're going to be subtle with it. We're going to kind of, like, pay attention to what's going on.
But they're still savages.
Oh, yeah. They're all about the murder right now. You can see that a lot of these guys are hunting out. Taking a nice shot there, and just a beautiful headshot. Just instant flick up, gets the down onto it, looking for the second. Until his teammates feeding him a little bit of information. Seems like they have the beat in on where he's at.
I know, I'm just trying to. This vibe, like you said. Composure. The Latin American, just that suaveness.
Looks like they're still just trying to get the immediate kill come through the position on it, though. So let's see how they do the breakout onto that. Now we're popping back over here with Nando.
Eu também dava uma tremedeira, cara. Não sei como é que eu não pinei. Fui preciso, cara.
They're happy, bunch.
Yeah. Just relaxing a little bit, having a little bit of a drink. Getting into the mood a little bit. And naturally, it's also the first round. And you know, like, the first rounds are the most intense. You know, everybody's, like, super into it. Nice spray coming out with a vector there. Getting down onto one. Looking back up, peek coming up from the window on the other side. He gets knocked in return, though. So now it's going to be all onto teammates. Popping back over here, as you can see, the res is going to come out very, very quickly. Hear the footsteps coming out. Steps up into the door. Does a back and forth and gets the kill, but just
like
barely.
2% health.
Like that is such a smidgen of life. Just barely managed to hold out. You're gonna have to get the res here.
You can hear him. They're breathing like, whew. They made that just
Não se
barely.
mexemos, né? Vamos ficar que nem dois cone aqui.
It was a good play by both. Really, the second teammate had to push through. Fortunately, didn't win that gunfight. I wish I knew what the joke was here. Can you let me in?
Ó, minha mão aqui do
Fill me in on this. Yeah,
Mas
so high.
Eu deitei o card de longe, né?
Não, já temos uma kill.
Já, relaxa.
I just love the fact that they're just chit-chatting right now. Like, you can see they're not even doing information gathering. They're just like, nah, let's just joke around. Let's just relax,
They're
have
having
some
fun.
fun.
Well, that's part of it. You can't be too serious, you know what I mean? You gotta keep that positivity.
That's a lot more like what my PUBG group does whenever we're playing. You know, we'll like go find somewhere, wait for the circles to kind of post an update, and instead, like, the point, just kind of let everybody fight amongst each other and just kind of goof off. Maybe have a drink or two while you're sitting there. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, drink coffee.
Never do that whenever I play Twitch. Play PUBG on Twitch.
Yeah, no, never.
Nós vamos esperar aí com o outro gás ainda.
We see his entire, like, his monitor and everything.
Vê se eu pego informação aqui na janela. Nada.
Eu achei melhor deixar eles virem.
Actually, it seems like he's got like his other teammates is like doing all the information gathering for him. It's just like, no, you go and you decide where we're gonna go. I'm just gonna chill back over here. Well, we do have the map that's on the left side there. See a lot of the guys playing around the edge, specifically on the eastern portion of the map. We have a lot of the teams already centered up inside of the island area. Looks, if I had to take a wild guess, it's probably going to favor that southwestern island.
Vai vir de trás, né? Os caras da frente não vão avançar, né?
We keep going back to these guys. I like it. I want to see these guys get in an engagement fight, see how
Ué, os caras não
they
vão vir da frente.
they hold
pra trás.
up
Se eles
during
virem,
that time.
vão
Oh, they
conseguir tão fora da safe,
crumble.
vão correr pra safe.
Is this all this talking and laughing
Ah, boa, boa.
beneficial,
Queima
or is it a
aqui, cada vira
distraction?
pouco e deixa vir.
It depends. Like sometimes it can be good. Like if you have this level, like you can tell these guys are having a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
regardless, they're just gonna enjoy the position. Like they're just cracking jokes the whole way through. But
Tá, né? Aqui tem
oh,
um
finally they
tá
do
mais
get
ajudado, hein?
information. They do see somebody.
Tá na árvore aqui.
Nice shots coming out there. That's just gonna be
Oh!
an instant.
Ah, não.
I don't know Spanish, but I'm pretty sure he said something that wasn't good.
Yeah, I just know
Yeah.
enough Spanish to know whenever the right words come out, to say the least.
Why is it that we only retain the naughty words?
Because those are the ones you have to keep an ear out for to make sure nobody's talking bad about you.
Oh.
Peguei as coisas tudo pra
That's the
nós.
reason I learned it. Like
Really?
I'm from the South and down in Texas area, and so the original reason why I started learning Spanish was like just like
Eu tô passando aqui.
well, you learn from friends to start with, because like well, that's the way I learned it was.
You
It
didn't
was
learn
more,
in school?
I did later, but like naturally, whenever you're in elementary school and stuff like that, it's like everybody's just like exchanging the naughty words back and forth. That's where I learned it.
My mom doesn't let me say this word, but I'm gonna tell it to you anyways. Classic.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep, just like that.
Elementary kids are elementary kids everywhere. That's the way it works, right?
Yeah.
Back over here, as it looks like we're seeing one duo make a little bit of an approach into the safe zone.
We should got a pretty good
Some information.
loadout.
Yeah.
QBZ and an SLR. Just don't know what's attached to those things at the moment.
And a crowbar. Can never forget the crowbar.
Right?
Like I
Just in
never
case.
pick up crowbars. Like
Same.
unless it's a pan, I just don't care.
Yeah, same.
Like
Or at the very, very start, and that's the only thing I could find.
even then, I'm like, it's not worth it for me. You can just stay there. If I get to a point where a crowbar is supposed to save me and I lose, I just should have lost that round. That's my viewpoint on it.
But imagine if you're around the corner and someone thinks that they've got a leg up on you, and then you just think over the head, right? And they just happen to not be wearing a helmet.
Well, see,
How satisfying would that be?
Like-
Don't tell me you wouldn't be excited.
but that's the joy of the pan. Like it's because it's all
Right,
about
but
the
you-
sound. But
In
with
this
like,
scenario, you did not find a pan, but you found a crowbar.
but the crowbar just doesn't seem to like me. Do you ever have like weapons that just don't like you? Oh, there we go. Popping
Yeah, that'd
over
be
here.
the AKM
Getting
for
another
me.
kill based on already down to 50 at this point.
Yeah, insta. He was running like.
But no, like the crowbar just absolutely
so-
despises me. Anytime I've ever tried to use it, it's like I just don't figure out how it swings properly, and I always
True.
seem to miss everything. It's just like I might as well not even have a weapon at that point.
Yeah. Stream, just a reminder, we are viewing other streamers' streams as well if you happen to be all the same. So we do apologize if the quality isn't as amazing as we would like to provide for you. But know that, we want to give you those comms, we want to give you their live gameplay. And I think that that's more valuable than anything else we could give you. Extra pixels? Come on. Who needs them when you've got the personality right here?
Well, if anything, it should give you an idea on how a lot of these streamers are like, how how they have to play and how they have to overcome a lot of these hurdles in order to get into stuff. Because I know like a lot of quote-unquote professional players and high-end streamers, they're like, oh my god, look at this, I've lost 3 frames and I can't even play this game. Meanwhile, these guys are like still managing to do very well, perform inside of this event, and regularly stream for their people, even though the fact that they might not have like the most high-end computers on the face of the earth or the best internet connection.
The best internet, yeah.
Because that's usually what it comes down to, is specifically in these some of these regions, it's just like they don't have as strong as internet as we've gotten kind of used to over here.
I know, right? That whole.
I feel bad saying it too. It's like I know chat's just like, oh,
well, I know. It made me feel bad for like we have 300 down, 20 up, and I still complain. So I should be. Your explanation just makes me feel like I need to just shut up.
Well, I still remember back in the dial-up days. Nice headshot coming out there.
Muy
making sure to keep his friend up and alive.
Nice that he saves his teammate. Fantastic. That was a really close engagement between his teammate and the guy, the enemy player.
That was a really risky peek. That's one of the things that I've noticed right now is a lot of the fights have been very, very close range. Not a lot of sniping coming into play. Everybody's just kind of managed to get right next to each other. And what's kind of surprising about that is we haven't seen a lot of SMGs come into use. Still, a lot of people still using like the DMRs and the ARs in that factor.
Yeah,
we might see a
NA
couple
was very,
people like lean into those.
Yeah, NA was very SMG heavy, and this is very AR heavy.
I get different play styles, different regions, I guess. So
Yeah.
over
I mean, me
here
myself,
with
I
Norttz,
used to use.
did a switch over right as soon as we pop in with a kill. Gonna run back out there
Flare
and grab
gun, huh?
some. Gotta go get the meds and stuff, right?
That's a flare gun, right?
That is a flare gun. Yep.
Ele tá picando na janela.
Could be fun.
Tem duas nele.
You ever have you had a chance to use the flare guns yet?
Yes, I have. I just didn't realize that, you know.
I've used a flare gun a few times, and what I love to do is I love to not let my teammates know, run over and just like fire it up, and then move into a different position and like let it drop down on top of them, and like just draw all the others like duos or squads into that position and let them fight it out. While
How did they not hear you call it a
HS, velho. Vai se fuder.
my teammates are loud. We tend to talk
Oh,
quite
I see, I see. Yeah.
Atrás do carro, velho. Não precisa puxar nos caras.
Nice revive.
a bit. You can tell. Look at the intensity. Somebody is right outside that door. You can tell he's beat it in on it. He was like, okay, something's about to go down here.
I about lost myself when he panned to the side and there was a mannequin. I had to remind myself, this is a mannequin.
Those mannequins throw me so much.
They're scary looking too. Have you gone up close in their faces? They're scared.
It's up there with the spray that was like the guy that was kneeling down with like the rifle that they had there for a little while.
The graffiti.
Yeah, that one messed with me so much.
Every time because it was so bright. So every time I'd see it, even through a building's window, I thought it was somebody outside.
Looks like we've got just about everybody inside the safe zone. A lot of people really in the southern area that are all going to be condensing around over there. It's like, what, 3 different duos that are going to be all about 200-300 meters away from each other.
Yeah, we're about to have some big firefights on the south side, like you said.
Yeah, they're going to be walking right into this area. So you can see everybody's just kind of gathering, looking around, trying to see what's going on. And that's the thing about that map, is it's just like, it feels like there's somebody everywhere.
Oh, yeah. You know, I've been playing Sanhok a lot. Like, my predominant gameplay is on Sanhok, and so when I do go back to Erangel or Miramar, it's so weird. I kid you not. It is very weird, because you're so used to what I like to say, loot and scoot.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta move, you can't stop. But on Erangel or Miramar, when you're ready to go and move, you're like, oh, I still got 2 minutes.
And look at him walking straight up, get the shots onto it, but so much fire is coming back his way. He's going to drop down and get a little bit more meds on this. While popping over to another fight. It's going to be a dangerous window to peek, and yes, nice shots coming out.
Beautiful shot.
Já passou pra direita na janela que eu derrubei.
This is going to be Swagger and Sode. Is that how they said it? Sode?
Low,
Coming back over to this fight we were watching just a second ago. A little bit of exchanging here. Grenade just went off next to him. Just throwing out the salvo back and forth at this point. The shots. Steps out and around, the spray goes a little bit high. But man follows up with a nice Car 98. Says, no, okay, spray kind of got me that time, so let's just switch back over the sniper rifle, get the drop.
Mesmo que tá dentro de casa que eu fui good.
Sim.
Oh, that was his teammate?
Cadê?
No.
Na casa da direita. Tá, beleza, eu vou passar
No, I believe that we've been bouncing between about multiple squads right now. You can see down in the mini-map, we keep just bouncing around different areas. As right now, everybody's right on top of each other. Releen gets a nice drop right there. So, back over here with Sode and Swagger. They're being mean to us. They have their mini-map covered, so it's making it really hard. Based off the fact you can see a little bit of the white line, looks like they're on the eastern part of the circle over there. So a little bit north of where we were just at.
Hopefully, I'm assuming they're probably just inside the circle, which is a good position to hold, because they can just sit here and be covered by anybody trying to third party, perhaps, if they do happen to see somebody that's coming up, like they do now.
Goes for the shot. Looks like it went a little bit wide there. Come back over here with
Squad.
This is going to be a swagger that we were looking at a second ago. Easy res come out there. Doesn't look like a push was coming. Wait, here's the footsteps. Managed to get the res. Grenade comes through, steps out around, gets dropped. Teammate did get it down on top of it though, so back over there, and it's gonna be Swagger. Looks like he's still barely alive.
Barely. Using that med kit, get 100% healed up.
Safe, agora a gente vai pegar.
This guy's been in silence so long. They're intense. They're just like making that walk, listening for any information right now. Yeah. See, this does never happen whenever we play. It's always just like, this is where we start chit-chatting, and look at that, pays off for him because they get one on this, looking for the peek around. So trying to do a hard push up onto the rocks, does a side peek, and that's two. Very nice shots.
Well, I don't know. We were talking about internet problems before, but whatever he's on, that's sign me up.
Yeah, I mean, he seems to be, and he's been playing very, very strongly so far. Like, we've seen him take a couple of strong pushes, not afraid to go in there, just get a couple of shots on it. Definitely leaning into the N4 with this. You can see breaking out on the edge. There's so many duos just stacked right up on top of each other right now. We saw that this was kind of where everybody was being forced and slowly herded into. We got the ruins that are inside the circle, but now it's just going to be everybody just trying to make their way and disengaging from these fights.
Ooh, this should be interesting. A ruins circle.
Oh, there's so many different places to hide inside of there with 25 people alive, but there were about 10 of them that were on this eastern part of the circle. So they're going to have to fight each other and make it in. So I wouldn't be surprised if we end up down to about maybe 10, 12 by the time we make it inside the safe zone. At which point it's just going to be like hide and seek over there. That's just going to be so scary. So scary.
You just find a corner and find an edge.
Atrás,
find a wall.
Na árvore de 150.
Back over here with the fight we saw just a second ago. Caught outside the blue, and that's going to be another kill coming out for them.
Aqui em cima da gente.
Pimp and releen. I'm getting a couple of nice shots. They're getting down onto it.
Falta o passa dele.
And again, it's just all these fights that are caught on the outside as everybody's making their way in the safe zone. A little bit too long with being forced in together just due to this blue coming through. And now they're having to run straight into more gunfight.
That's why it's either you got to move early or you got to move late. You can't kind of move in where you think, oh, this would get me in just in time. I won't feel the blue ever, because everyone's thinking that.
Well, see, like right now we have this firefight that's happening right over here. So it's just people giving away their positions out inside the blue, and the blue is ticking down, taking a lot of damage.
And because the blue isn't there yet, they have the time to stop and shoot you laterally.
Yeah, and so I always lean into, look at how many people we just lost to the play zone there. Yep. It's whenever you end up with these mutually assured destruction points, you end up just having to go. Like, I know it sounds wrong on every single factor, but when over here as we see one down coming out for a teammate, all pressure onto him, does manage to get the retaliatory down. You know, a pretty decent spot here to get the res up.
Oh, that was Swagger, though. Oh, rest in peace, Swagger. It was valiant effort.
So with this, we're now down to 14 people alive. Going to shift away from ruins, forcing everybody over to the west now.
This is getting good. I'm glad it didn't land even a little bit on ruins, because
ruins is a tangled mess.
Oh, dude.
With all the different floors and buildings, like we could have seen people just doing like peak battles for so long inside there. So nice to see it pull out a little bit and get away from there. If you've ever been caught inside of a ruins ending, it's just a mess.
All right, Gil.
Gil over here with wowjayz. Yeah, well, I mean,
get it, Gil.
He's right on the edge of the circle. You can see just back behind him. He's slowly making his way inside there. So you just wanted to get into a good position, kind of let everybody else fight it out right now. See if you can line up onto it. It's does see one.
Don't do it, Gil. Don't do it.
He has a teammate. They're still two-man strong. Yeah, but at this point,
I'm rooting for Gil all of a sudden.
The circle is so small at this point. Yeah. I almost think that you just got to take the shots.
But the circle, because the circle's so small, if he did take that shot, somebody is next to him. right?
Instant spin
Is
on
it
that.
worse?
Instant. I gotta say, like, we're seeing a lot of strong plays coming out here. That's a little Jack in the Box plays. This guy just pops up, downs him. Looks like teammates are starting to break out. Drop down to 7 now. Starting to crouch in here.
Oh.
Here's your boy, Gil.
Gil, let's
Slowly
go, my
creeping
boy,
in.
Gil. Snake it all the way. Snake it to victory.
At this point, it looks like we have 3 different duos alive, all in different parts of the map right now. We've got several of them up in the northern area. Coming up just to the, I guess it would be the west of this duo, there is another duo that's going to be pushing up onto him, and that's going to be our guys Gil over here. It's a matter of, do they see each other?
Oh, he got up. Oh, his teammate got headshotted with a K9. Seis. This is how I learn Spanish, is this.
Just listen in. Well, they say that's how you should learn a new language, is like listen to the entertaining parts of it, and then you'll pick up the different words. So like watch television shows and all that other stuff.
Gil's got a pretty good spot right here. He's got that rock as cover, the blue wall's right behind him.
This is great for him because if these two duos get caught into a fight, now they're just caught up and they're killing each other, and this makes it so much better for him. You can see he's just trying to cut off to the side over there. With all these smokes down, it's going to make it really hard for these duos to kind of get good beads on each other. But now, looks back over, takes a couple of shots, does go a little bit to the outside, and there we go. That's going to be all she wrote, and it's going to be Diego getting the kill.
Oh, it's okay, Gil. I still heart you. You put in a good valiant effort. There's that big long word we were trying to pronounce earlier. Pedrero Cervantes.
I'm going to guess and go with that, yes. Man, I already know.
Congratulations.
We're getting all the clips, and they're going to be thrown back. Like, look at these casters destroy names. It's like,
how do you say congrats in Spanish? Or how do you say congrats in Spanish? Producers? Beep boop, beep.
No, it's not. That's not one of the words we shared in elementary school. I don't know.
Anyhow. All right, well, either way, another way that you guys, the viewers, are hopefully winning is you have Amazon Prime connected to your Twitch account to get these awesome Twitch Prime skins, Spa Day crates, skins for your character, in-game character, or IRL if Twitch computes to make them in publication. Just just flood their Twitter with, please make this real. IRL, we would love them all. Maybe they'll do it. Maybe they'll do it if we annoy them enough.
Maybe that's just like, this is the entrance way. They're just trying to see, maybe, do people care about these spot crates? Yes.
Tweet at Twitch.
Yes.
Don't tell them Lucy May sent you.
Tell them, no, because then you can get free swag out of the deal. Everybody be like, oh, Lucy May sent me here, and you're just going to walk away with a free robe and maybe some of the fluffy slippers. But with that, the round is now done, so we're going to take a quick break while we get everything set up for round 2. Make sure you stay tuned in, and we will see you guys in just a second.
You're just trying to go for position. Nice shots coming up from the...
Okay, welcome back, everybody, to Broadcaster Royale. Look at what happened to Matchroom.
Shaved, gained a bit of weight, took off the jacket.
Who's this guy?
Nobody knows. I'm Nathan. Hi.
He's in the water, I think.
Hi. I was here for the NA segment, but we're
Nathan,
doing
thanks
Latin
for
America
joining me.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. All right. I'm going to say this for stream. All right. I get it. I heard Nate filled me in.
I was in the
There's
chat.
not a lot of Spanish in the game, in the tournament. All right. But I have this for you then. Okay. Because I was unaware. Tudo bem? Huh? Tudo bem?
I don't speak Portuguese.
I asked them how they're doing. How are you? Yay,
Okay.
chat, tell me all the things. Brazil, Brazil, Brazil.
I told you I'd try. We got somewhere at least.
All right, well, you were watching a little bit earlier, but let's
Yeah.
take a recap on what just happened in this last good old
last
match
game.
of
It's a good little match.
not
This
Spanish.
guy got super heated up. Very excited.
He was chatting up the whole time.
Yeah.
He was really like chit-chatty and laughing and goofy.
The creativity, by the way.
Yes.
This guy playing from his yacht while piloting it. Really amazing.
That's some major multitasking right there. Oh, that push.
We got to see him grab another kill.
I just like saying mortis. Those
Yeah. The language is great.
I say two in Portuguese.
Yes. Fiend do great. Of course.
Oh, get it, girl. Get him. That's right. Shred his face.
Lots of actions. We kicked off things on Sanak.
Oh, look at the.
I love the grenade plays. Always love the grenade
Yeah,
plays.
he was really good with tossing the proper grenades. And super integral to this gameplay in PUBG.
Yeah, just the panic that you can force out of your opponent to
Exactly.
make them move and keep them on their toes at all times. And then, of course, engaging up these hills, always dangerous, always difficult.
It's funny you use the word panic though, because it's really the thing.
When I think about
panic, they'll crumble.
competition, players especially that don't play in a lot of big competitions like this, you can see sometimes in their shots they get a little bit of shaky, but like right there, that spray control, being able to maintain those things are what make good players great. You know, there are people who can play the game, who can follow along, but when you get into high stress situations where they start to break, you know, their spray goes everywhere, they start panicking, they run without looking for cover, and really, really good play so far as we started things off here.
That was me when I first started playing more competitive games, because I would get an engagement, and like you said,
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, and my mouse is like this.
Yeah,
It's
you
taken
physically
a bit.
move at your desk as well. You're like, don't shoot
Exactly.
me. But then you get
Yeah.
shot anyway because obviously it doesn't do anything in the game.
Why? You're like, I ducked.
Wait
Why
for them
did
to
that
get
happen?
the VR headset supports that you can actually just turn your head away and everyone's
Imagine,
walking around
like you're
crane
just like this, and then you just go, you're trying to peek.
Yeah.
On your character. Wow, I can't
Yeah.
even. Wait, there's games like that now, right?
Yeah, we're getting there
Yeah.
eventually. Yeah. Maybe someday.
We're getting there. Well, you guys, we're still tallying up the points. However, there is no lack of fun here, as you see. I mean, we planned this. We look alike.
We planned
we're like
it out.
twins.
We totally did not
we did it.
accidentally wear the same colored shirt to the show.
Yeah, we didn't just
Because that's the
wear
absolute.
the same shirt.
That's the last thing that we would do as professionals. You know, showing up here. I believe the next map is going to be Erangel. So we'll be going to our OG map, slowing things down a little bit, giving you something a little bit more familiar that a lot of you be expecting.
That's the great word right there. Familiar.
Familiar.
When
There's
you go
something-
back, yeah, map knowledge and awareness is huge in competitive play. So most persons know Erangel really well because
Yeah.
it's been the map out for over like almost
Forever.
2 years.
Yeah, that's like the
I've been
map.
playing
You think of
PUBG for like a
PUBG,
year
you're
now.
like, Erangel's the map.
Yeah.
Miramar's the new map, but now Sanok's like it's a new map, but it's also in its
With a whole
own,
different meta too.
Yeah,
it's, like
it's in
way
its
different
own
pacing.
space. Like if you think about normal PUBG, you still think of like, oh yeah, it's Erangel, and then there's Miramar, which is a little bit different. You know, people have varying opinions on it, but Sanok is something that generally exists outside that space. And I think like the categorization in the game, like the mini Royale things, like there you go. But it looks like the players are getting ready to get into the lobby. It's been good. It's been good. It's been a nice, fun day. Glad we're getting through here into the Latin America. This is a region where I would say that I can't say I've watched a crazy amount of Latin American players.
I've been really impressed. That last map we just watched on Sanok, it was super action-packed. Everyone was going in for it.
Yeah.
Almost like they forgot there was tons of money on the line. They were super confident in their gameplay, and it was really fun to watch. I had a pleasure of watching all of the action.
Yeah, excited to see which of these players get through and who can kind of set the storylines moving through the regional qualifiers and then into the live finals. As the Latin America region is interesting in that regard that we just have the Invitational Qualifier. So
well, for North America, this is actually the Invitationals also for Latin America.
Yes.
So every single one of these players have been invited to play today. And I think they said just once. So this will go straight to regionals, I believe.
Yeah.
And I had a point to make. In addition,
it's all good. We're just keeping you guys informed for everybody tuning in, everyone that's curious.
Well, I think before we get into this next map, who do you guys think is going to win? Who are you rooting for?
Yes.
Please tweet us.
Let us
You can
know.
tweet me, you can tweet Nate here, or just Twitch or whoever. Tweet your mom.
Educate us, NA commentators on your LA players.
Who do you think's going to win? Don't forget the hashtag Broadcaster Royale. That is the important part. Whatever you say, just tweet who your favorite
By far the most
team
important
is.
part.
Yes. Just if you remember anything, hashtag Broadcaster Royale. Even just tweet that out. Who cares?
Yeah. And Erangol, of course, we get a look. I love that this pan that we do at the start goes over the bridge. I've had many games end on that bridge. Probably my favorite place.
Really many.
Many. Every squad game, I'm the guy who's like, hey, where are you driving? The circle's there. I'm like, no. People have to come from the island now.
Wow, you're that guy.
Yes, and then we block the bridge. I like this plane route coming in, though. As we can see, it's going to mostly scrape across the south to southwest side of the map. Highly unlikely, or I guess I should say less likely, that we'll be seeing players fan out towards the northeast corners.
That's probably what I would do. I would get a car, see what he's doing right there. I would probably find a vehicle there and head north.
Yeah, I guess that is one way to do it. Yeah. Drive all the way up to Kameshki.
Kameshki!
In before circles at Primorsk.
It looks like pretty much majority jumped out. We have one team going to military. That's my team. Who is that?
One team.
What team is going
to
there?
Land military base.
What's the name?
Straight into the center.
Catch name over there. Is this them? No, it's not.
I'm sure we'll catch up with them at some point soon.
I'm already rooting for the team that went to military. Millie all day. That's my hashtag.
Yeah. We have one team that's going to be going to the southwest-ish area of the primary island, but a lot of people are landing just north of where that bridge is. That is, and I imagine we have some that have pulled their parachutes a little bit early to get away from this. But looking at that mini-map, it's kind of terrifying. There could be a lot of people killing each other very quickly in this game if everything that I'm seeing here comes to pass. So
it wouldn't surprise me after, like I said, that last round we just witnessed. These guys are no stranger to no strangers.
Look at this.
Gameplay. I know. Look at that. That's insane. I would never.
What is this? People are already fighting. All right, we got bullet marks on the mini map. People are shooting at each other. This is great.
Yeah, you see the vehicles already occupied. They're heading north, so we'll see where they end up. But we've got one team in Novo. No, we don't. That's just the word Novo. Nobody's in Novo. One team all together on South Island. On Sosnovka.
Someone trying to run this guy over, but he's like, oh, there's a tree, damn it. Did he get him?
Yes!
Oh, okay. Well, when the tree doesn't save you.
Get your kill, buddy.
Come on.
Yes, punch him in the face.
Punch out.
The best. Exclamation mark, corn and
oh, that's exactly what I was looking for.
Oh, he's gonna another. Is this really happening right now?
There's so many people landed here, and I guess not everybody could.
And another 2 vehicle kills back to back right here, everybody. You just witnessed it. Broadcaster.
This region is bringing me some PUBG I was not expecting.
And then the finish with the punching.
Yep.
Of course, because nobody has any weapons yet.
Beats the captain to death after running him over in cold blood. We still have the majority of the players on that east side, but hey, plus side, the circle pretty much encompasses everybody in the game right now.
That's true.
So we've got.
It's not a terrible circle.
It's not the worst. Even the military-based players don't have any pressure to run, and I think that bodes really well for them, unless. I mean, imagine if the circle just keeps moving down, and then we have some bridge camping action.
You troll.
Yeah. I play for fun, you know. I don't have the skills or the composure to take the top 10 situations all the way. No, that's not how I roll.
But the way you get there, Nate, is by putting yourself.
Trolling.
No, Nate, we're gonna have a intervention is happening. By the end of this
calls it back. It's like, did I do anything wrong? It's like, well, you can't bridge this way too much. It's a serious issue. It's like, you guys flew my dad out here?
Look at all these splinters in your arm from bending over on those crates on the bridge.
What can I say? This is the way I live. These guys spotted a team out here. Looking for some shots. Nice. Gets the down. Calling out the team. Sees the guy running through the field. He's trying to tap him here with this scar. Does pick him off, getting that kill as Pentis is knocked down with Eelvito. And here we have Arct going along.
It's so peaceful.
Yeah, these guys are like, wow, we're not killing people. Okay. It's everything's kind of. Oh, well, no, I say that, and then immediately finds a Waller. And King XD. What a great username.
That is.
Shoots him in the head. XD, one of my favorite combinations of letters.
I was hoping Flying Neves was going to clean that up. Or is this the opposing team? Oh, it is.
He's playing this careful with that prone. Thank God he has that beige skin to blend into the ground.
Whatever she said, listen.
Yeah. He's like, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for you to get knocked down. I'm just, just trying to do my best.
I'm looking in your neck.
She's like, well, you're not doing your best if I'm lying on the floor bleeding to death. He's like, all right, I'll be better. It's okay.
I'm bleeding.
Thankfully,
I'll do better.
I am fluent, so.
You're fluent in
yeah.
bleeding.
I'm also fluent in high travel fashion as well as relaxation, which is one of the reasons why I'm such a big fan of that.
Oh, they have
spotty crate that we were talking about.
Oh, right.
No better way to relax.
They aborted the fight altogether. Like she got her teammate up.
Yeah.
And they were like, bye, Felicia.
She's like, can you kill them for me? He's like, no. We're getting out of here.
I mean, unless I missed the final down on the other guy, but other kill.
And so they ran.
Hey, now they live to see another rank up.
They live to see another circle close, perhaps. Still 62 alive, so we've a ways to go. Despite how close everybody landed, people spread out pretty well. There's a decent amount of vehicles that you'll find in that Milta area, especially on the roads there by the farm. So
there's a crate.
No.
Team Twitch TV Peru God. I'm sorry, guys. It's really small print, and I'm trying to see the letters.
It's all good. Yeah, so they found themselves.
They're going to get that crate because they're going to be uncontested.
Supply to run into. Uncontested is always nice. I mean, that's the only way that you can get those level 3 helmets nowadays in PUBG as well. Ever since that change, it makes the play for the crate way more important.
This area I call the belly button.
Why?
Because if you zoom out, there's like a little dimple right in the lower middle. Looks like a belly button. You're welcome. No. Now you are going to look at Aaron Gale. You're always going to think belly button. You're welcome, chat.
It's
legit the belly button.
Hold for further review.
Yeah.
We got peeking out with
See,
that
look.
mini.
Sorry, stream. We've got a map on the side here. Look at that. Look at that. See the orange right there? It's a belly button.
Maybe. At the indentation on the map that always draws my eye is the one on prison. That's quite the
That's definitely not a belly button.
No.
That's a birthmark.
Something else. Yeah. That supply drop on Military Island, though. Man, what a good catch if they can make their way over to that.
Yeah, they might not ever see it.
Yeah, considering that they're alone, I mean, if they have to leave at some point, if they're looking around, they'll cross to an open area, like maybe they'd see it, but I guess if they don't go to the Northeast Bridge, they never will.
Or they might if they just get in a vehicle and take that road up. They're going to miss it altogether, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a great grab for them. We do have some fighting going down in that slightly east of the center position. We got a Nando.
Did you see that team on the left bridge? That screamed, that just reeked of Nate.
Oh, yeah.
Team's going to camp on that west bridge.
Neri and MangOlaa trying to bandage up here after the buggy receives some shots. Hiding behind the rock. Going to spread out, one of them going behind the tree. Need to find where the enemy is and see what they can do, what they can make of this situation. He's got that M16A4, which will be nice with the 4X scope. Decent number of rounds. Just need to get the eyes on the enemy to actually get something going. And here we've got Swede moving up in this tall house. These homes are the best. Get that vision, get that range.
I just like,
as a house turtler, I like them.
House turtler?
House turtler,
What is a house turtler, Nate? I'm learning all the things.
Inside the house, yeah. You build a big wall, you just chill, and you just play the defensive game.
I've never heard turtler.
You gotta play more strategy games. Trying to snipe into that little shack, though. I mean, hiding in these shacks is always so dangerous. Because one person watches the door, the other person brings a grenade or Molotov. Great shooting there. out of Swede. Knocks down Bogum with the DP. He's going to get the teammate now.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be in a shed if you don't have to be.
It's just dangerous.
Yeah.
It's just hard. It's hard to get out. Even when they added vaulting, like some of those sheds, you can jump through the window, but even that doesn't guarantee you anything. That's not like
so
the
they've
windows
got
are in the back.
they're LOSing. They've got good line of sight on both sides of that.
Yeah. This is just a...
Yeah, he's definitely going to get his teammate up. So 2 are going to be popping out of there here shortly. There's 1.
It's a good positional play. It's going prone, trying to hide the position, shooting through the foliage.
Oh.
Ooh, returning fire, but he gets another knockout.
That DP.
It is strong, and the teammate coming around the side with his DP is going to let it rain. Gets Bogum, and that sets his teammate up for the kill. Good clear out there from Swede's team. Not too shabby at all. They find themselves a good amount of loot, ammunition, attachments. And we get to see it there from Swede's perspective as well. Great pickup by that team. Good positional play, using your teammate, fanning out.
Absolutely, for sure, because in most cases, well, not in a lot of regular comp games or like pro games, but they're going to anticipate that flank. But in, you know, with the streamers and, you know, here probably not as accustomed to competitive playing.
Yeah, and you're in a high stress situation where you're
not
naturally going to be looking at the guy who's shooting at you, not the guy running around the side.
You forget to think, somebody's flanking, or keep at least tallies and tabs on where the partner is. You want to know where all the bodies are. Because then peekaboo, you got a bullet in your booty.
Yeah, that's not fun. Not something anybody should ever have to deal with. These guys just west of that prison area. I know this area all too well. They're looking outside towards these fields, checking the flanks.
I hate this warehouse.
The positions. This warehouse is such an open area.
Yeah.
Finding a vehicle out here is usually super important if you get a west side ring. But in this game, it's not going to be an issue for them. It is still very open, though, and you have those hills off to the side of people's sights. Gonna take some shots of these guys on the buggy. Nice shot!
Nice.
Downs gold.
Now
they're stuck.
Isso, o cara tá atirando por trás da árvore.
Yeah, what is going on there?
Oh, the muzzle flash. It was 2 trees. It was 2 trees. He was behind one tree and in front of another, and he's like, oh, I can't see him here. Why, how is the muzzle flash coming from the tree? They're going in.
The tree's shooting at me, help!
He's going in for the finish. Just trying to land that shot. Not able to hit him just yet, though.
Do lado do bug, onde caiu o bug.
I mean, if you can't hit him, I'd suggest maybe trying to just get the tires right of the vehicle so that he doesn't like res him and try to get away.
Yeah, oh, no helmet yet. There he
Nice,
goes,
there you
cleans
go.
it up. Oh, yikes.
Finishing it both off using some not so friendly language.
I heard that. Hey, I understood that.
I only know a few words in those languages, but that one is one of them. Good shot landed so far through that bush. Saw that green splatter come through. Our military team is still just chilling, by the way. They are relaxing.
Yeah,
They need to get on a move on.
They're gonna be making moves, right? Like, hello, what are you doing down there? Are you having a spa day at military base, boys?
Oh, these big open field shots. Look at that. He's like, all right, get another shot on him. Still poking there. The guy's like hiding behind that motorcycle.
Right? If I just stay right behind this 2 inches of motorcycle,
I have
maybe you
mastered
won't
the
see
art
me.
of lying so perfectly still that I become invisible to the naked eye.
What was that? Who said that? That's a stand-up from something.
Just some random alien dude, I'm pretty sure.
No, and that is literally the line from a stand-up.
Shooting across this valley here with that sniper rifle.
Dang it.
I love the Mini 14. Everybody always hates on the Mini. I loved it when they added this on into the game. The M16 was like so good that you like didn't really need it, but they've made some good changes. Good pick off there, by the way, for norttz.
Huh?
Oh, they hear that vehicle, they hear that bike.
See.
Yeah, but it flies away.
All right, that's Spanish, all right? I know that much.
Me voy a hacer bolita, weón.
Yeah.
Ah, qué ganas de mear que tengo, Dios.
Is there somebody in there? What's
They
our
might
map
be
say?
looking around it.
I can't even tell.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're also just playing it a little bit safe, right? Because the circle, you want to wait for that next one to close in. If they're in a central position and they feel that they're safe, looking around is really all you need to do. wait for the next circle before you feel pressured to move.
Morreu. O
Boss
Releen morreu.
manages to get one of those kills from the teammate, doing a good job of finishing him off. And he's looking out. He's got that M16, he's got the smoke grenades, got the KAR as well for that long-range capability.
What's your favorite loadout?
I like, right now, I'd say M4 Vector.
Yeah?
Yeah, M4 Vector.
Oh, you're so NA.
Yeah, of course. A Vector with extended quick draws is dirty. Wow, jumps down. It's like, oh, they were inside the house.
That
the call is coming from inside the house. Wow. Like, all right, that has happened. Okay, that's happened too many times. You jump out of the building, the guy was just literally waiting in the first floor outside, like one of those windows. You did.
That's the one thing about these vehicles, man. They're so loud when you're in them.
Oh, the Erangel, it's not as big of a deal, though, right? You have a lot more trees
No,
that
you
drive
just
by
can't hear anything. You can never hear the comms, your teammates' comms.
Yeah. You're just so far away
And
from
there's
everything.
this. So serene.
And here we have the player-unknown battlegrounds player in their natural habitat.
Yes.
In a tent.
Yes.
In the woods.
It's the natural habitat. I love it.
Well, these guys are just clearing out. Tommy gun. He picks up the Tommy gun. Wow! Nice use of it. Okay.
Do you think he was expecting that? I'm not sure if he even knew there was a guy there.
That's a good reaction time because that dude's sitting there like, they're here. I'm waiting. I'm going to shoot him as soon as he steps through the door. And then he just completely drops the ball, gets wrecked.
I mean, that's why when you were calling out the Tommy, I was like,
yeah,
I would have the Tommy gun
I'm
out
like,
too.
personally, I'm not a huge fan of the Tommy gun, but you know what? Credit where credit is due. He just wrecked that guy.
I love the Tommy gun. Obviously, it doesn't have, you can't put sights on it, so you're iron sighted the entire time. That's the trade-off, the balance of it. But it's powerful.
Oh my goodness.
What is this?
Okay.
Wait.
I was just caught off guard by the seemingly armored windshields of this vehicle. He's in a beefy car, as it were.
Yeah.
Didn't know we were playing with those.
It's an alien car.
We have the M4 on this bad boy. Yeah, that is an armored vehicle. Nice. Well, get your teammate up, get back in the car, and drive away because you guys are getting wrecked right now. He's trying to pick up Chakula off the ground.
Yeah, I guess if it's on the map, it's playable.
Yeah. Just looking around the sides.
The red zone.
Yep. These things happen from time to time. He's going upstairs. He's looking. He's trying to check this house, check your corners, check your six. He's peeking. He's looking at that door. Checks the back room first, takes the shot straight into his face. Nice grab.
Straight to his face and just straight from the hip. That's connected pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good play. Good take there, because he was did not seem that he was 100% sure where the other guy was.
Yeah, I don't think he was breathing that entire time.
I don't think I was breathing that entire time.
Querendo ou não, eles estão mais no meio da safe.
That's right.
Yeah. This guy's got a fancy setup.
Yeah, this is a pretty good compound to hold down. You've got a good broad range all around. Ooh, vehicle incoming. Let's go.
Trying to lead those shots into that UAZ that drives by. Oh, looks like
he got one.
Nice. That's pretty sick.
I don't know what he's saying, but I'm pretty sure in there he said, let's go.
He's kissing to the camera, so I'm going to assume he's a happy boy.
Kissing right back. Mwah. Don't tell my man.
Ele tá salvando o cara caído lá.
The next circle is pulling our players a little bit west again.
Yeah, it's not a terrible circle, though. It's not a terrible shift.
No, not too harsh. It's always worse when it's like it takes the end of the circle of the past circle, just shrinks on that. That's always rough. Finishes off XD. May he RIP.
XD, is that maybe two laughing faces next to each other? It's kind of like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a 200 IQ play, I would say. And we have these guys driving down the street.
Yeah.
Making their way to that safe zone. Making the noise, as we were talking about. These guys
on Erangel, though, you need vehicles. 100%.
Oh, yeah. Trying to get the call-outs from that buggy. We were talking about those bars on the buggy before. He's like, yep, just look straight down. Be in your face. Whatever happened to our military boys? I think they made it. Yeah, I think they took a car straight into the center. It was
Yeah, I
one
think
of
that's
the,
them. They're in the upper. They're like 2 o'clock, 2:30.
Yeah. That was one of the
They
blue
were light blue.
teams on
Yeah.
our mini map. Yeah.
They're in. I'm rooting for light blue.
Yeah.
Simply because they went to military right out the gate.
They're the only people who dropped south onto that
Cara,
island.
não tá mocosado, velho.
And you can guarantee that they are 100% geared up. Whereas a lot of the players still left on the rest of the map may not be.
Maybe not so much.
Ó, tem gente lá daquela
These guys like
ó.
stopping an
Tem
open
gente lá, ó.
field.
Ou uma
He's
moto,
saying
um
no.
monte
He's
de
like,
gente,
wait, I don't know if I want to do this
Não,
right
você é
now.
doido, mano.
Nerito tá perdendo
little
tempo,
bit
Nerito. Já
distressed.
quem tá
Você
lá.
acha mesmo?
Claro,
Got the
vamos
guns.
Furada.
Azar, vamos
E
lá.
aberto.
He's like, come on, we're too far. Let's go. We got to drive in.
Yeah,
Wait, this
yeah.
is a different team.
He's like, no, let's actually just run. Let's just run. Yeah, we're back on Swede's team now. They're
Vamos parar aqui,
approaching
vamos
from
matar
the
esse start da gente
southeast.
aqui.
This guy's like, no, man, I forgot my helmet in the other place. Like, you
parar
already
aqui,
have a
tem
helmet.
gente aí.
Oh, okay,
Aí,
okay.
tá bom, aí tá bom.
We're just gonna take this little
Joga
spot.
bomba que essa casa é
Clear it.
curtinha. Jogar uma bomba ali dentro.
Nice.
He's like, grenade,
Essa casa
grenade
aqui é curtinha. Não
first.
entra, não entra. Joguei bomba. Errei.
Ooh, missed the
Did
window.
he miss that? Ow.
Vai, entra. Entra que esse cara segue, time.
Não, tá.
When
Tem
at
loot
first you
aqui.
fail.
Ó.
Oh,
It's
nobody's
okay, 'cause
there.
no one's there.
Bala verde?
Just kidding.
Ó, bug vindo.
He knew there was no one there. He was just doing it. He was just trying to, you know, create some tension for the audience.
Não, chega.
Still quite a bit of people left.
Yeah. I think it'll be probably the circle after this one.
Isso não é pegar
that
lá pro
starts
meio.
to,
Well, I felt like so many people were actually dropping at the start.
So
initially
everyone
that I-
landed together. This game was weird because everybody landed it together right outside of Milta. And
Smurfette. Oh, Simeone. He's a generous guy.
yeah. This guy, is that all his wins in PUBG of all time? 698? That's
Yeah,
pretty
but
sick.
yeah, I assume that's what that means. That's a
That's,
lot.
That's pretty bad.
All right, Norttz. We need to see some plays out of this man. Or grills. Sorry, girl. Female. Girl. Yeah, lady. Gal. I'm sinking.
Spotted in this little shack. Oh, takes the shot, gets 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
Takes down knees with the SLR. Finishes. Nice, 2 kills. Let's not forget, of course, those kills give points for the ranking. So just making it to the end, yes, you get a lot of points if you finish first place. But if you finish first place with no kills and second place finishes with 5, you are actually in second place.
Or third.
Yeah. Ooh, they took out Paruga there, that M24. I think he might have been one of our military base players. I know the 2 people that went military had Twitch in their names. I'm pretty sure.
The scar is so good.
You know, I'm one of those weird people. I prefer the M4 to the Scar simply based on look.
I mean, I like them both. If I'll definitely not pass up a scar
The
if I
Scar
don't
just
have an
isn't
M4.
pretty enough for me. Just doesn't do
You
it.
literally would leave a scar behind if you had no AR.
But no.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No. But I would always drop it for an M4.
Yeah,
always.
all right, same
100% of the time.
Or you could do both.
No.
Tem
Never
moto
fall.
atrás ainda.
I only roll 1 AR. I'm an NA player.
Ó, eles estão todos atirando naquele do carro. Tomou na cara uma.
Ooh, this is getting some good shots in.
Mano, é arriscado, vai ter treta, mas vai ser mais gostoso. Vamos
Yeah, they're gonna have to rotate pretty quickly. They're not
Yeah,
close
D&D
to the
and
circle.
Speed have a bit of movements to go. Hey, we're back
My
on
boy
Gil.
Gil!
My boy. Look at that shot. He's lining it up. Oh, baby. Another one.
just one for good measure.
He's like, I'm just going to make sure you didn't fall in the bush, you know.
Did you see all those cars, though, drive by?
He
There
has
were
the
like 3
ultimate
vehicles
look of,
just kept driving by.
he's got the ultimate look of determination, you know. You
carro,
don't want to mess with this guy.
Ô, Jay, você consegue furar o pneu dos 2 carros?
Oh, somebody got shot in the face. Look at that. Just hear
Yeah.
blood everywhere. She's missing an eye.
Mas nós tá safe, hein? Tá
Yeah,
safe,
this is where the real trimming begins as they get into this next circle. These players are going to be a little bit claustrophobic. Funnily enough, we've somehow found our way all the way to school. With more shots coming out by the apartments, though. These players are just far enough off in the distance they can hear it. Apartments is in view. So many cars driving through as well. It's a good shot on Yellow.
Ganhei o kill lá no prédio, aqui no 285. Tinha mais um lá.
Tem em cima, não vai.
I'm just entranced in this gameplay. I'm just like,
It's just getting so intense. So many people are together by the apartment area, and then there's like, seems to be like 2 or 3 teams looking out on them. Just outside the east end of the circle, we have a team engaging as well. The players from school are cross-firing east and west, looking at both the fields and the apartments, trading fire. And I think we actually have another team coming in the northwest side of school as well. So those players are about to get sandwiched super hard. And here we're looking at one of our players out here in the area. We have gudybay in those apartments. He's right in the thick of all this action. As that circle continues to close in with 35 players left, 19 of our teams still remain in the game. And Gil is thirsty for blood. If there's one thing we know about Gil, is that he does not take no for an answer when it comes to player-unknown battlegrounds. He is ruthless, and is he going to land that shot? He's getting close. Just needs another one with that KAR.
I'm leading it a little too. It's a little low.
Close, but so far. And the readjustment period is going to begin soon for some of these players. They're going to have to get moving. We have a fight in the southeast over a drop. Another team just got wiped. Anonymous just eliminated KLGCuballende and NandoMangolaa. There we have Nicoletti. Moving through, and this is, these are our players in the apartments. I think he's with gudybay, yeah. So these guys are just trying to clear floor by floor, looking for any opportunity that they can get to catch one of these teams off guard. There are still three teams inside of the apartment areas. They're in separate buildings. A care package is actually landing by PowerPlaybr on the southeast end of the circle, though. These guys may be privy to that if they can spot it. But there's still a couple of teams coming in from the far south. Nicoletti snipes Seguiz during all of this as well. Really good pick off. Is he going to get him?
I'm still looking for my Millie team, TBH. These guys have good position. They're smack dead center in the circle. So anywhere this next circle shifts, you could be rest assured they're probably going to still be in there and not have too far to go.
Yeah, he's trying to land some long shots, and those guys running into the circle there. Trying to decide if he's going to shoot, and he will. Gets him. Picks off Neri.
Get those points.
Yeah. Now he's stuck at the shack.
I'm gonna guess this circle's gonna shift northeast. Yeah. East, northeast, I bet.
It's pretty sick that this circle is closed in on apartments the way that it has been. T26 knocked out. brauJ has been defeated by Paranga. Diegosimoura doing a great job clearing him out.
There's been a lot of action happening in these Latin American matchups. We want to see your guys' clips. Definitely don't forget to be tweeting out your Twitch clips using the hashtag #BroadcasterRoyale. We want to see all of these replays where we're maybe missing. We're trying to catch them all, as you see. Left!
Yeah, Anonymous, he's trying to do his best to take these players down. He got caught off guard, but he still manages to clean house. Up to 5 kills now. He's going to need to heal, though, as he's in the blue, realizing at the last minute he's got to run. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it. He's actually kind of close to another team. And here we're back on gudybay, looking around that top apartment floor, having the circle in an advantageous position. Very nice for him.
There are a lot of players still in the blue, and this is hurting.
Yep, and that next circle is actually going to continue to close in on the northwest end of the apartments.
I was wrong!
2 teams need to move out of where those apartments are now, too. Players have got to move outside in a few moments. Shots fired out towards school by gudybay.
Yeah, these guys are holding up a pretty good position.
Look, and he's spraying that SKS, trying to just tap and lead him through. Now it goes prone. As you can see, it definitely helps a little bit, but he still pokes out just a little. He gets the one shot. See that red come up out of the ground. And his stream crashed. Okay, now Nicoletti looking out towards the side. He's looking for the same guy. Can't quite seem to get a grip.
Where is this squirrely dude? There
we got him.
is.
All right. Not bad.
Clean
Knocks
it up,
down.
4 points.
Picks off JZ. I didn't know he was playing in this. And
wow! Jay-Z!
Crazy world
Ha,
we live
see what I
in.
did there? Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Focar esse cara da aberta agora. Tem cara agora da direita aqui do CT5.
É, daqui mesmo, vai vir das amarelas lá, tá vendo?
These guys are, their apartment building is still in the safe zone. The other player teams have adjusted, by the way, to the northern apartments. So the 3 apartment buildings in the safe zone each have 1 team in them. Half of our remaining players are chilling in there. Anonymous taken out with that M24.
He had a good run.
Yeah.
They found him out. He's no longer anonymous.
Yeah.
He is currently dead.
Yep. And Nicoletti trying to pick this player off that's running into the safe zone from the blue.
Get him before
Gets
he...
him. Kills him with
That, I mean, talk
M16.
about an assist from the blue zone right there.
Oh, yeah. I think as long as you get like a shot or 2 into them right as they go down in the blue, I think you get the credit for it.
Well, the blue knocked him down, and then he cleaned it up.
Yeah.
So he was already really weak, and he was able to get that 4 extra points for taking that. He stole that kill from the blue zone. I wonder if they're salty.
Why doesn't the blue zone get points?
The salty blue.
Why can't the blue zone qualify for regionals?
You know, someone needs to keep track of blue zone kills. Seriously.
Yeah.
And then if you don't beat blue
is
zone, you don't win.
Yeah, it's just blue zone's just underappreciated, really.
Só não quero deixar ninguém chegar nessa casinha aí, nesse skipinho.
Licking out towards the southwest side, out towards apartments. Those players do need to leave their hiding places. There's only 1 team in the safe zone right now.
Não tá ruim, tá?
A gente tá o melhor posicionamento na real,
velho. It's getting heated here.
But there are no buildings in that safe zone. Important to keep in mind. Is looks like gudybay.
Sim, sim, mas você tem que olhar pra cá, cara. Eu prefiro puxar ele
some
pra lá, onde eu
shots
marquei.
out towards.
That is a really open area.
Yeah. And these guys are actually about to see gudybay and his teammate Nicoletti coming out as he's made it into that safe zone.
Você vai ganhar muita posição no velho.
Is his name? Is it meant to be naluck or naluck?
Naluck.
A gente vai ganhar muita posição no gás.
I guess it could also be like no luck in a different language. That's just my ignorance showing through.
Or it means nothing. Has nothing to do with luck at all.
Minha preocupação é pra trás, cara.
No luck, I don't need it.
Bagulho.
We still have, there is just one team. Gil is in the safe zone.
Yes,
for anybody that was worried, he's just chilling.
Hypes in the chat for Gil.
Jeff steps out through all these smoke grenades, saw his enemy for a brief moment. I believe that was gudybay, trying to take some shots at him from across the apartment north lot. Some good shooting there from naluck as he's able to down Jeff. Can he get the finish? It's going to be a big question. He does want to make sure he secures the kill for himself, but he's taking some shots from the behind. He's able to knock out Nicoletti. Not too bad. 2 kills so far for him. Also picks off Osni.
It's a 1v1. 1v1. Let's go.
Yeah, it's a 1 versus 1 situation.
Is it Gil?
It is naluck versus Gil.
Let's go, Gil. Clap, 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 clap. I mean, there's no broadcaster favoritism at all.
Down to this.
Or bias.
Ladies and gentlemen, an open field and 2 Latin American players.
I mean, here's the
One
thing.
will go
Gil has
prone.
the advantage here because he's just been chilling up there in the circle, and he's been listening to naluck shooting off, popping off shots. So he knows where he's at, roughly. And he's already setting up, waiting for him to peek his head, and he's probably...
The prone tactics are questionable. In 1 versus 1, it's really important that you see the other player quickly. Maybe he's worried.
Well, he's got that defilade on his left there, so he's just paying attention to that open area. Oh, yep, can't underestimate a bush.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
God forbid that bush decides to turn into a person and kill
Yo, you don't have no idea how many times I've been got by a bush.
Not this
I hate
time.
bushes.
All right, well, both players are actually in the next safe zone, so they could wait for the death circle to force them together if they so choose. Gil has actually just been chilling. He's like, I'm not moving. I don't know if he's by a tree over there, but no, there are no trees in the safe zone anymore. But naluck doesn't seem to know. Oh, but he finds him and gets him. Okay.
Totally baited him. He fell for the bait. Gil, no. He tossed that smoke to the right. And so Gil thought, hey, he's going over there. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to run this direction. But little did he know, he went right into a trap.
And I love this. Troll Team Esports.
I mean, he got trolled. He did win by a troll.
Trolled hard, and exactly. Actually, he literally threw out bait.
Those troll
trolled
tactics.
out Gil, yes. In the actual appropriate sense of using the word, he trolled Gil into submission at the end there. And Troll Team Esports picks up the W.
Congratulations, naluck. Those were some plays there to bring home a the second. Gosh, you guys, it's been a long day. Second match of Latin America qualifiers, Invitational Qualifiers, which will be our only route for Latin America. Straight in to the regionals. I'm going to take a break now.
I mean, you got to be careful. You got to take care of everything that's going on, and I thought he did a really good job of carefully, slowly on that approach. I mean, I was cheering for Gil, but he made a great play.
So you guys, we asked you to tweet earlier. Did you win? Did you, or not win per se, but did you guess right? Was Troll Esports your choice?
Who is cheering for Troll Esports? Let us know that
What's
as well.
in chat
if
you cheered for Troll. Well, you guys, thank you so much. Hang tight. We're going to tally up these points thus far, take a little break, and hopefully you guys are going to have a tasty beverage at your side when we come back after this little break.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Broadcaster Royale. I'm Nathanius.
I am Matcham. We're coming in for another couple of rounds of PUBG in the Latin America region. I'm excited about this. These guys have been pretty explosive so far.
Yes, damn near everyone landed outside of Milta in our last game. That was...
Love it. Just drop down, get violent, just go in early and go after it. We're going to do a quick look and see a lot of the violence that happened inside the last round, so let's bring that up real quick and see what all happened.
Yeah, we've got a replay reel from that last series. Really aggressive. Great to see everybody kind of playing it a little bit like a pub at the start. We had cars running people over, beat downs, and, well, a lot of people getting beat down after they were run over. This was how that match started, and did not slow down.
Them over again. Like, there's just something about that thunk sound after you hit, like, knock somebody down.
You are a strange man in that case.
You're telling me you don't like the sound it makes whenever you run somebody over the car?
No. Don't worry.
So good.
I'm just as awful. I'm just as bad. I love running people over in this game.
Especially whenever like you run them over and then they get stuck inside of like the car with you for a
Oh
little
god.
bit.
Oh yeah, when the body gets stuck. Well, that happens more when you shoot them as they're driving, right? At least in solos, because they don't go down. But
I gotta say that Latin America is playing very, very aggressive. Just no fear playstyle. Like we've seen 2 pushes into buildings onto people that were holding a camp position. Like no, we're just gonna go ahead and take them down.
Yeah, a lot of confidence coming out of them. A lot of speed, momentum, and violence, as one might say. Really awesome to see that. Explosive games, not a whole lot of turtling. A little bit at the end with the apartments. The players were holding the positions really well, but we got to see the ranged pickoffs, and some of these shots are really good. This play from Anonymous was really good because he was looking out towards the side. He was looking out towards his west, and then gets flanked. Takes out 2 players while he still has that guy way out far that he was fighting before. Cleans up, goes straight up to 5 kills. Really awesome play on his part.
Beautiful awareness. Look at this, making sure to take down wowjayz there. Is that Jay-Z that plays WoW, or is that just somebody that really likes Jay-Z?
I mean, I take both. Take either.
Could be tomato in this case.
Yeah.
Coming out and getting the field finish there. I gotta say, I love that ending play. Taking the smoke grenade, throwing it off in the distance, making somebody think that, oh, this is where they're gonna be at. They go for the reposition and getting the kill off of it. It's an old trick, but man, whenever it comes off, wow, it's so good.
Yeah,
so good.
A really, really great debate right there. And we do have updated standings here in terms of our kills. You guys can see who have been the leaders in our violence stuff right here. Pedrero Cervente. 18 combined kills between the 2 of them. Not bad at all.
Yeah, almost double who's in second place with PPK coming in with 10. Seen Anonymous coming in with 8 right there, and that's going to be Anonymous with his famous
Anonymous carrying his team completely as well.
Yep, ecoww not having the best of days so far, it looks like. But we do have 2 drop 20 coming in there with 7 kills right back behind it. A lot of people kind of caught in that 5 to 7 range.
Yeah, including the winners of our last match, Troll Team Esports. We're going to take a look at the individual leaderboards in terms of kills as well. Number 1, Diegosimoura with 9 kills, tied with his teammate Paranga. Well, these guys just work really well together.
Twitch chat's been asking repeatedly throughout this, and you can see why. Look at this. They are just absolutely murdering everybody. 18 kills between them. Just a solid performance.
As you said, they're almost doubling the team in second place in terms of combined kills, which is just insane. We also have our total standings so far for our Latin America qualifier. Of course, Pedro Cervente in first place, 447 points, almost a 100-point lead on Paulo City. Ooh, feeling good.
Yeah, and then right back behind that, we've got PPK at 330, and then right back behind them, 10 points separating 3rd and 4th, getting really close inside that. And then right back behind that, no break, 5th place, 1 point between them. And then McDuo coming in at just 6 points back behind that, tied with 2 drop. I gotta say, this is really close at this point.
Yeah, what's interesting is looking at that top 8 and trying to find the players that just won the last match. Got to get some more kills, get those points up.
It's all about repeat performance. Sure, just one round won't carry you all the way up in there. If you have like a really bad early game in one of the rounds, it's all about consistency. You got to get the kills consistently, and you've got to perform consistently to perform well in PUBG.
Just winning that one match will not be enough for them to actually qualify. They will need to get some more work done. As we get ready to go into our next map, we're going back onto Sanok.
Did we say it properly? I know Lucy's going to get onto us. Sandhawk?
Oh.
Sandhawk, yes.
Sandhawk, you know,
Sandhawk.
It's one of those desert birds or something, I think.
It is just such a beautiful map. I love playing around. There's so many interesting points. Like, you can see the differentiation between this. Like, Miramar was a step in a different direction as far as the larger map goes. But this has just got so many dynamic terrain pieces you can play around. I absolutely love watching matches on this map.
Yep, everything about this map is just so fun to watch. And here on Sandhawk, we're going to have our plane come down the middle, headed just a tiny bit east. But with the size of this map, you really can land wherever you want if you so choose. There's no limitations, especially in competitive. You don't really want to land by too many other players because nothing sucks more than last place.
I'm really curious to see how they're going to play this out. You can see that they're getting a lot more confident, a lot more aggressive, not necessarily being afraid to drop near each other inside of last round. We might see a little bit of a repeat on that. Look at how many people are making the hard push towards the eastern side. That is just names all stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, a lot of players immediately jumping out, not showing the fear. And curious to see how many of them land near each other based on what happened in the last map, considering that it was a bit of a bloodbath to kick things off.
So how do you play that? Are you one of the people that's just not afraid and you'll just drop right next to somebody, or do you prefer to like play it out a little bit more and give it a little bit more space?
On Sandhawk, I like to land really aggressively. I mean, I was saying earlier the Swamp Temple, the Ruins. That's my favorite place to land.
Those are so fun.
I like to play positionally as well.
And see, that's kind of the way I like to do it. Like, I like to like sneak into places where you know that are going to be hot, come in, try to pick up the stragglers when they're a little bit weak before they had a chance to med. I'm a jerk like that. I'm that guy you usually complain about inside whenever you're playing a game. Like, where did he come from?
I'm all about that tactical espionage action, you know what I'm saying? And we have our Team Swede landed down here. D&D, these guys performed very well in the last map, of course. Things shaked up quite a bit. He's going to immediately knock down upon Hans. And that is that's a very demoralizing way to go out, to be knocked out like that if he is able to finish him off.
Looking for some more ammo, you can see. Look, before he goes for this push, wants to do the reload, as is smart. No idea where the teammate is yet. Crawling out, getting the kill on it.
Wow.
But now where is the teammate hiding at?
Amazing first blood drawn there as we take a look at that circle on the south side. And actually catch Penty's picking up a kill over there. It's back to Team Swede.
It's bloody everywhere on the map right now. It's just everybody's just taking pot shots at each other, and I gotta say, it's starting to get explosive already, down to 63.
Yep, I love it. I love the aggression that comes out of this region that we're seeing. The kills come in super early, the aggressive plays. Keeps the UMP over that vector that he passed by, but I guess he's happy with it as long as he's got the QBZ.
Different people like different styles inside of it. Like, I'm actually one of the people who prefers the UMP as well. I know the vector is stronger just due to the amount of bullet outload that it can just produce.
Yeah.
But I just like the UMP, just the way it handles. It just feels better for me.
You're not wrong there. Definitely controls a little bit nicer.
It's all, I guess it's all about like personal flavor.
When you're like me and you panic when someone attacks you, you're like, every bullet out now.
Just go. Just throw them all that direction, and hopefully we can connect on it.
Play every card I have.
I'm one of those people that has a lot of trouble. Like, I always want to go for the tap shots, even in the close range. Like, I just want to have confidence in my aim and make sure to get the downs on it. And so I guess that's one of the reasons why the UMP, I tend to like it a little bit. Because even at range, you can almost have like a little mini VSS. Because it's like so easy to find like silencers all around the map.
There was a great post about that on like the PUBG Reddit or something.
The budget VSS.
The budget VSS, yeah.
And so here we go, just going back into looting phase over here with Kawhi and Nanto, I believe is how you say that one over there. So just doing a little bit of looting. Looks like they've opted into playing a little bit more edge. They're off in the distance a little bit. First circle coming through. Got somebody making their way over to the Bang Bus. Heard you saying earlier that this is one of your favorite vehicles?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love how everybody has like a different name for it. It's like some people call it like
that's your van down by the river, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. That or the mystery machine is what a lot of people like to call it as well.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Did he just find the suppressor? Was that for the... Got it for something. I don't know if
I just saw it at a glance there for a second. I saw that it popped up, but I guess he didn't.
Guess he didn't want it. All right, all right.
Some people need the compensator. I mean, we are dealing with Sandhawk, so at this
I'm
point,
100% a suppressor player. So.
Well, in Sandhawk, it doesn't necessarily matter too much because everybody's fighting so close range. Like, there's a really big drop-off point where the suppressor doesn't necessarily have the biggest strength.
That's a good point. It's not like you're playing like long spawns on air and go where you're trying to hit someone from really far out. That's fair.
And also, naturally, if you just have complete and utter faith that you're going to win the duo. Like, that's the thing. In squads, suppressor's way stronger. In duos, you're just like run and gun. You can try to murder everybody.
And you have the revive mechanic in any team game for PUBG as well. That makes it a little less punishing for people to know where you are.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. So coming over here, running the SKS, which is one of my personal favorites, especially after the new changes that have come through here. Circles popped up. Looks like everybody's starting to make their way over. We've got the early game, little kind of everybody's chilling out now, relaxing a little bit more, starting to go for position.
Those first few people died real quick, real painfully, and then it's been calm, peaceful, tranquil.
I mean, that's kind of the way you want it to play out. You want everybody to drop, then everybody kind of get a little bit more line of sight. But
as
man,
we say that,
boss is just hunting people down right now.
Yellow knocked down. The teammate picked. Oh, no, okay, just finishes him off.
But now they're firmly aware that somebody is around playing for information. Sees him off in the distance, tries to line up the shot. There's a lot of blood splatter out there. Is just trying to hide behind the tree. Now it's a duo versus a solo, doing a little bit of a split there.
Yeah, I like this. Try to get the side position on this tree. Sees him run and takes the shot. Whiffs first. He's by the rock. He's next to the tree. And it looks like they're getting flanked by Kravias. Actually, another team comes out at them from the, it must be the east side there.
And you can tell, you could hear it in their voices. They were like, no! Third party just comes out, takes them down. They had the flank, they had the position, they had the pressure, and somebody else just comes up and takes them down. Hey, it's okay. It's
Watch
a rock.
out, I'm driving.
It was just right in the middle of the road. It'll be fine.
Yeah. I like that even the player's like, yeah, I'm going to turn the sound off to it while I talk to you to make sure. Because that buggy is a loud one. Now, this team, KLGCuballende and NandoMangolaa TV, are actually making their way towards another team that's not too far if they keep heading southwest. So we may see a little bit more action soon as we're down to 61 players alive here. But they're going to loot up Lockowie first. There they go.
Gets the one, loses about half of his life, looks back over, trying to line up the shots. Retaliation down does come into play. Popped off of it for just a second. We're going to come back over here. Well, stalking his prey, it looks like.
I think these were the guys that maybe picked off some of them. Oh, no, they're going to do it now. Yeah, there we go. Go Incubus, gets down with that SKS. Good shooting. Looking for the teammate now.
Trying to get a little bit more information, just a knock, so they know somebody else has to be around them. Strong peek come out there, confident with the SKS, close range. Gets the kill onto it. I gotta say, he didn't shake, he didn't pivot, he's like, nope, tap, 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 gets it.
That is confidence or recklessness, maybe a bit of both in that situation. I was spraying SKS with the scope at someone 3 feet. They got me a game.
Well, he was dead. If he went for a switch on the weapon, he would have just gotten torn apart. So, I mean, you just had to do what you had to do there.
I would have tried to switch and I would have died, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's where it comes into, is the practice. These guys got the streaming experience coming through. I gotta say, we've been repeatedly popping in over with these guys. They've been performing well. We've seen them well on the leaderboards. And it's a small plays like that. That's like, I know it doesn't sound like the biggest thing, but that's just avoiding it down, getting a kill onto it. Probably his teammate could have potentially saved him if he got down. Just having the confidence and the belief that you can perform at. So key.
He's popping out for the M24 now as well, so Swede gets a good prize for his push onto this position.
I've noticed a lot of people get kind of caught out in the blue on this map right now. You can tell trying to adjust into it, trying to get a little bit more of a feel for it. I mean, we've all had it happen to us here and there where you just don't necessarily get going quite fast enough. You can tell that a lot of these teams haven't managed to find any vehicles. We're expecting to try to find something along the way. Forced to tank a lot of blue at this point.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. I mean, there's been so much action too, right? That slows down the game when you're trying to move around quickly, get your loot, get to the circle, but it's like, no, you gotta fight, you gotta heal, fight, heal. And some of these fights get a little bit protracted and makes things dicey.
And just going to remind everybody, we are jumping in on other people's streams right now, so if you see a little bit of graininess, this is just coming off of the stream that we're looking at direct time. But this is what we want. We want to see it. Pops him through the door, takes him down, aware of the footsteps,
He's got
gets
enough
an easy
pixels
kill
to
on
see
it.
that. Good shooting.
Closes at the door so he gets some more loot. I mean, you gotta make sure you get a little bit of safety there. And that was some quick looting. I gotta say, that was pro-level looting coming out of that.
This guy knows how to harvest a corpse. Good cleanup there. And we're back over to NALUC's team, carlinhostroll, moving around. As these guys did perform very well. Well, let's see if they can grab a few more kills this game. That's what they're looking for.
I see that they're aware that somebody's around them. Not exactly sure on the approach. You can hear the footsteps coming through. Their patter of little feet just on the other side of the door. There they go, stepping out, walks right by him.
The patience, the reaction time, so good. Just insta-gibs.
A lot of door kills coming in through here right now. Going on the outside of this is going to be the other side. That goes for a peek, gets the vengeance, gets the kill onto it, but now where's the partner at?
He's looking for a naluck. He's like, can I knock out the guy that was able to pick the last one up? And that's such a problem, right? You talk about how they got that win, and you're like, the consistency in the performance is important. They need to be able to make it super deep again if they want to maintain those hopes, those dreams.
I mean, because this is the point. Everybody here wants to qualify. They want the bragging rights. So, you know, they just want to be able to go back and be like, hey, I killed you. Because a lot of these guys are streamers. You want to be able to brag to other streamers. That's like half the fun of playing in one of these events is to go on social media and be like,
who doesn't want to be the best? Doesn't want to beat the best? Exactly. Getting the street cred, you know. You don't want someone coming into your channel being like, you finished last place every round. Ooh,
nice
good
shots
shot
and
there.
awareness. Yep, just gets a nice headshot onto him. Looking forward, trying to, again, find that partner out there. Can tell they're looking off in the distance, probably at another squad, so you got to be careful about it. Don't want to get third party inside of a fight like this.
Yeah, and this is a nice intense situation. I mean, look at this. Is this the AWM he's rocking over there? Moving south, we've got gudybay and Nicoletti heading out. Some great long-range firepower potential in those gentlemen's hands.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the AWM is so strong.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, specifically now that they moved the M24 back over to a ground drop, really diversified a lot of the sniper play that's coming in. We're getting some nice shots back and forth. It's a very dangerous peak. Looking back and forth between the two windows. I got to say, he's playing this really well, though. Seemed to be very aware, making sure to play every single window, not over-peaking an area. Shot does go a little bit wide that time, though. Still holding that angle. That was risky for them to do, and he gets punished for it.
Pow! Right in the kisser, and we have, there we go, wowjayz eliminated here by gudybay, as him and his team, they're like, all right, you know what? We've got enough meds. We'll loot them and then run out of the blue. It's not a huge deal.
No.
And Team Swede approaching in on close. Looking
Steps
to
in,
get
gets
aggro.
one. There's two around there. Does he go for it? The guy doesn't even see the other one. Crossfire comes in play. Such a smart play.
I love it. I love it so much. You go in, you're like, oh, this is like your pub duo game. Two people just sitting in the corner of a room.
And he's not even hyped about it. They're just like, yeah, we did that.
They're like, yep, just another day in Sanhok.
It's what it's like to be us. We just murder everybody. We're just that chill about it. Circle's still collapsing around the bay. That means a lot of the circle is going to be filled up with water.
Yeah, it's a lot less land to work with than you might be used to.
So now everybody's going to have to collapse in these northern areas. You're going to have the bay to shoot across. This is going to be a pretty awkward little ending circle for a lot of these guys. Going to have to make sure to rein in the aggression to a certain degree because might give away their positions elsewise.
Yep, and there's still a lot of players remaining in the game, a lot of opportunities left for everybody in here, but it's going to be extremely important for them to stay composed. You got NandoMangolaa TV over here looting out by a Kempong, but once that circle closes in, I think, again, that next one is going to be where people really have to start fighting each other, especially since there just won't be a whole lot of ground to work with, as we were talking about.
Kind of interesting to see like, looting still occurring at this phase. You know, he's still looking around. Just, I guess maybe check your surroundings a little bit, but usually we don't see a lot of like people hard committing to looting at this phase. It's a lot more about just figuring out who all's around you. And hey, I like this. A little bit of variance he's got down there on his cam, having the circle instead of the square.
I haven't seen it on Twitch before.
I know, it's just different enough that I was like, hey, I've never seen that before, so kudos to you, man. I have never seen that.
It's like when you open the mini-map, it's like another spot on the map, you know? There's two circles now.
Yeah, look at how much more space he has around inside of his UI to play with. I like it, man. Next level thinking right there.
Maybe 200 IQ plays being made here.
200 IQ level stream production? Maybe? I don't know. Start to tell people are getting antsy. 45 people alive. It's just like, you can tell just by looking at the way the guns are moving around. It's like,
we need to get to the circle. There could be other people around us. There's still 45. The map is small. How are we going to be able to deal with this? As now finally coming out of Kempong, NandoMangolaa TV. Doing well here. We were talking about that looting that he was doing. Hopefully he feels a little bit better.
Look at how many of these duos are starting to collapse around the northern area. You have to assume that this is the path that they're making. They park an area, walks right up into another duo, just like I was talking about. You have to assume that this is where most of the population density is going to be, since the circle has shifted so far south. All these teams are going to be moving in from the north areas. So that's a very aggressive choice, fairly risky, but they can come out with a lot of kills if they pull it off.
Yeah, the opportunity is there, and I mean, they're capitalizing on it very well so far. We have this team, you have the advantage here, you're on the high ground, you can kind of look down a little bit, but there's still enough trees and cover that you still don't know if there's always people out there originally. Checking out that truck, it's like, no, that truck does not work.
Let's be honest, we all get a little bit baited by that. I have dropped a couple of times.
The number of fake UAZs I've tried to drive, I know.
Yes.
We're all guilty.
I mean, you just drop down, specifically when you're looking for one and you're like, I've got to get one there, but nice information gathering. Shots connect twice. Just getting a drop onto him, spins back around. Boom, but they were caught up into a firefight, so they now know that they're pushing directly into a firefight. They have to be very careful on this, get the finish on it. There you go, saw the movement up in the left. But I know he's right around that rock. They're stacked up on top of each other, not inside the safe zone. Circle's just now caught up to him. That means that they're going to have to reposition.
Yep, here we've got NandoMangolaa and Neri again. Chilling around there, just a little bit outside, but should be able to get inside the safe zone without too much difficulty. Trying to watch downhill as they make their way out of the blue.
I really like this. They're playing across the top of the hill. They know that pushing into the lowlands, into the valley, fairly risky. They heard a couple of firefights, so they're just trying to keep awareness around it. Now, the only problem is, if any other duos have a similar mindset, Circle does look like it has popped, and it looks like another hard shift to the south, potentially over towards the southeast.
And it's still a lot of the water that's in the circle, so there's still not a whole lot of room that you have to play with. We could be having some cross-base shots being taken. Great headshot there.
A lot of awareness coming through, playing that very. You can see that they were aware, so they had to be around them. So they just kept peeking back and forth. Now it's all about everybody pushing through, as it looks like we are right just on this little cape area in the bay. Is going to be where the circle's going to be pushing to. So a lot of the duos still making their way in. I think that right now with 39 alive, it looks like we have about 6 that are presently inside the safe zone, stepping up, getting some nice shots, getting a kill onto it there.
Gudybay with another double pick up there on Bogum. Really good grab as they make their way over towards Camp Charlie. And there were a few other players in that area too, so could be some more action heating up over there in just a moment.
I can say that it looks like a lot of people are kind of tunnel visioning in directions on where they want to go. You can see a lot of people are just walking back up behind somebody else, getting the kills on it. Nice spray coming out, secondary spray to come through, get the double kill onto it with just a little bit of life left over, but here comes the blue. He's going to be racing against that to get the seal off. Should be fine, but now they just have to hot-foot it into the safe zone.
And that's the neon. Then we got JohnDyne with these neon bar underneath the camera. Another nice play here. Carlini, his teammate, down. Got to keep his cool. He's going to take the adrenaline shot as he tries to figure out where the enemy is, find a way to save his teammate. He's got eyes on him. He's looking at him running across. He takes a few of the shots, and he's not able to down him just yet. Finally picks him off.
But now all pressure is on. Remember, the safe zone isn't closing right now. Don't think that he's going to be able to save his teammate. He knows it. He's just got to run out at this point.
Go on without me.
Just, yeah, you know, just hold up the hand and be like, go. Just be free.
I'll be okay.
Up back over here with DND. Slow push up and forward with Swede. Making their way up this hillside. A lot of people starting to get vision on each other. This is going to be a hard push coming through. A lot of these teams could be pushing over onto this bridge. So I like the idea behind the bridge camp, but I don't necessarily know how it's so risky at this point to kind of disengage from this spot and move away and see that there's a lot of wide open area around them.
Yeah, looking around, trying to see if he can hit anything. I do like that QBU.
A
lot of good things have been said about it.
So fun. Like, I know a lot of people are trying to break down whether they like that or the M4 more. It's almost like a level of preference coming in. Anonymous, another one of the fan favorites, we can see from Twitch chat, was blowing up about him earlier. Had some strong performances. We just saw an amazing clip from him inside the last round. Until he's just getting ready to go and try to get into it. Now, the question comes into play. Do you play Caves? I think it's too close to the edge. They opted away from it.
Caves super dangerous as well. The number of exit strategies that you have for a situation like that doesn't give you a whole lot of wiggle room. And here we've got
Pimp picking up a Car 98, making the switch over and all stuff. Also, a lot of people not using secondary, or I guess I should say tertiary weapons, the sidearms. Like, I know it's a matter of preference. I tend to not take them because of the fact that I just don't want the ammo cluttering my space.
Yeah.
But I know it pays off for a lot of times. I did wish that I had one. So now we do have the map up, and you can get an idea on how all these guys are stacked up right next to each other. You can see the bay is kind of enclosed in this area, so a lot of people having to swim on the outside of it. But a lot of the duos, either outside the blue, right next to the safe zone, or already inside of it.
Yep, good pick off there by Anonymous, as we see. We have still up chilling on the bridge. We've got Swagger and Sode. Now trying to see if anybody's going to cross over the water. This circle just made things so interesting, that the way that the player base was kind of split on both of these sides.
And now it's going to be about how everybody figures out some type of path into this. We still have 27 people alive. Due to the nature of the way that the circle has moved, everybody's been playing for positioning, so hasn't had a chance. And now we've got bullets raining in.
And trying to go through the
Mermaids
water.
get taken down. That's going to be prone. I know a lot of people are really excited to see that name pop up inside the kill feed. Also do have a couple of people dying to play zone now. Everybody's starting to play around this outer edge.
And we've got Swede, DND.
They're going to encroach right up on each other. We just saw 2 different duos encroaching on the same angle. Hillside separating them. Let's see who gets line of sight on who first.
He's coming up. No sight on him just yet. Play zone eliminates Eelvito. And gets the Gonza, it looks like, as well.
Wherever you saw the spin instantly when they heard the shots. Okay, where's that coming from? Get some level of control over the top. I like this. Don't play down in the caves area. Get control of this upper area. Because then you have a little bit of like a dip that you can play around. But they can't seem to find where the shots are from.
I love this cave finish. The dynamic here. You have the high ground. You have the low ground. You have the inside. There's still the water there. Gets a sight on him. Looking down. Just a little bit northwest of that cave entrance position. But his teammate's getting shot at by somebody inside of the cave. Lip knocks down ecoww.
Taking a lot of damage, though. Has to use the first aid now. We do have the new safe circle. It's popped up 30 seconds. It's right inside the cave area, so everybody is just condensing down around it. Such a bloodbath as everybody is just funneling into the spot. He's got his teammate that's bleeding out down there. Does get the kill. Can he make it down to him to go for the res, or does he go for the res because his back will be out in the open?
He's got just a little bit of time to try and get him. They're kind of hidden inside the fern.
It's got to pray for the fern to save him at this point. Just be like, please, please. Now we can pop him back over here with Anonymous, right on the outside of the blue.
We're going to see his perspective of that last fight, actually.
You see the res did come out there, so now everybody's trying to heal up. Still have quite a few people alive. Almost everybody is in the northern area of the safe zone. So I mean that all these teams are huddled around this little location.
Yeah. Still interesting to think there is a good chance that they're not only on the top of this hill, but they can also be around the crag that's at the lip of the north end of the cave, or the top end of the cave, and then anywhere inside the cave. There's a couple of tunnels.
17 people alive in a circle such as this. You have to assume that they're behind every bush, they're behind every rock. I mean, look, we just saw a firefight right
is an enemy.
We're over here with naluck right now, and he's got somebody that's just to his left, right above him. He can hear the footsteps. He's just afraid to take any action at this point.
It's extremely dangerous. And I think that's the cool thing about where this circle has ended up. It's just that you have the elevation plays so much into it. People above and below you. On top of the cave, inside the cave. But the circle is pushing him. He's got to make a move. Is he going to be inside of it? I think he's kind of asking himself that question.
Outside.
He is not. He has to move.
And he wants to slow creep this, so he knows he can come out and around. Remember, we did see a team that was playing right around here a second ago. Opting into med on the outside and then step in. He should be able to get the timing for it, but he's just going to have to move a little bit faster as he comes in now. There we go.
Oh my God,
right
I didn't
there.
see him.
Takes the shots, gets one, tries to line up on the second one, gets it, double kill, pays
off.
Oh
my goodness.
Look at that awareness. That helped. I got to say, using that med kit right there, that was next level.
You know what, man? I would whine about that if I was watching in Twitch chat, but honestly, seeing the way that it played out, it was the perfect call.
And now we can see the circle has populated. Got many people stacked around the outside of the cave. A couple of people still playing around the edge out there. See a long flank coming around the outside. Everybody's just starting to stack in around this one spot, right on that one crevice. Already have two duos positioned over there. Two solos making their way. They get line of sight on each other, unload. Only one of them comes down, and then the second one goes down as well.
And now we're inside of the cave. We've got Secret Fiend all alone.
Exactly like this said. Everybody else is outside except for like me and this guy, so I guess we'll just kind of hang out in here.
Yeah, you just got Power Player down there as well. Pimp gets down. Releen also picked off.
Teammate, he was trying to line him up and then just got a little bit of damage onto his teammate. We could see a very awkward ending here with somebody down inside the cave and somebody on top of the cave at the same time, where it falls down to a condensed point. Because everybody gets his reaction. It's like, oh, okay, well,
they have to fucking jump if they want to win.
They've got to either come down to him or I think it's just all going to come down to how this
That's
is
so
playing
insane. He's like stuck, but the other players outside could just jump.
They have to jump. They have to jump. So watch it. Watch them jump.
He's not wrong.
I think it's too risky.
It's just going to be like raining people through this opening.
Nobody can stand on the other side. No one can stand.
It's too risky.
It's just going to be like raining people through this opening.
Nobody can stand on the other side. No one can stand. Samora finished off Sode with that QBZ up top.
At this point, with everything that's happening above, they can reposition off of it. So now we're down to 5. Seems like it's all exploding up on the top right now. Try to get a quick peek up there. But I think he might be kind of down here by his lonesome. I don't know if anybody's going to make this push.
Trapped in the cave tactics. He's like, I will spray in case there's somebody here, and he
does see one.
He gets Ozzy.
So with this, we're now down to 3. But now everybody up top.
Is that just Paranga's team? Is that just Paranga's team versus him? Right?
And they're on top.
It's a 2v1. So Paranga and Diego are on top, and he's inside the cave.
And so now I think that we're going to
coming.
Are they going to play this aggressively? I would love to. Oh no!
What do we do?
I can't see what happened. We got a little bit of a stutter there for a second. If he drops down on this. He
Oh
goes
my
for the drop, lands down in it.
Quem tem mais kit?
He's not dead.
Eles estão pensando em pular?
Não sei.
All right, looks like we're going back in time in just a second.
We're trying to see their perspective on this.
I want to see the jump and jump down for it.
He's like, well, there's only one way that you
Well,
can
okay,
do
we
it.
already know how this turned out because we're back over here with 2 alive. So it looks like he managed to get the kill
Look at
onto
him, he's
1.
sitting there. He's like, that's it, you're out of time.
Nice.
He jumps down and he
Oh, he
got
died
killed.
from
See,
falling.
we're looking at 2 different time zones right now. We're just moving back and forth through time so we get all of the information.
He actually misplaced the jump. He died from the
Yeah.
fall. And
All
now
right.
he's like, well,
And now
I guess they're going to just see who has more meds?
That's what this is going to come down to. It's just a med battle, so
It just comes down to who has more meds.
stem up and get to the right position.
The death circle is just going to kill both of them.
And now we sit here and we wait. Just kind of.
Nice.
So how's your day going?
Pretty good. Been commentating some PUBG. You know, I don't get to do it enough, so it's been fun. To do
Well,
this.
it's been a pleasure.
Final é só a gente ficar parado.
And here we go. You can see everybody's kind of getting to a comfort position. Now, there is actually a lot more to this than it sounds like. You have to time it just right. And there we go. Paranga does look like he comes out on top. Yep. Looks like he held the outer position. Going to take all the blue damage to get taken down. So, with that, another win coming over for Savannah.
Pedrero Cervante picks up the chicken dinner. Diegosimoura and Paranga killing it.
They're tearing up this leaderboard at this point.
So sick.
That you can tell they want the 300,000. They are fighting for it.
These guys definitely
Or
look
I
like
guess outnetting for it this time around.
contenders for sure. The way that game finished, so weird. Because it can, something like that, like really, can only happen like on the cave, right? If you're in any other area, with
There's a
that
couple of
dimensional
different
play
points
is
that happens.
tough.
Any building it can technically happen.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
casted this a couple of times where like somebody ends up trapped on the lower floor and somebody ends up trapped on the top floor. At that point, you just kind of like open mic and you just chit chat with each other, being like, "Hey, what's going on? You're on the first floor." It's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," and then usually there's a whole bunch of things that I can't say because banter. You got it.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah. Like, how many first aids you got? 11.
Yeah, that's where it starts coming through. It's
Person's
like,
like, oh yeah, I've got 13.
I've got an adrenaline syringe too, just letting you know. So we're all set and ready to go. I got so many stim.
Just want you to know I actually have 3 med kits as well. And yeah, so that happens. But really, great play by them. I mean, they did kill everybody on the top side of that. Secret Fiend, he did do a good job, I will say, of picking off Osni, because it wasn't like he got where he was for free. It could have easily been knocked down a peg there. But
and tons of awareness. He was hanging out, just kind of chilling in the water down there.
Yeah.
And you know what I bet he wishes he had? Was a spa day crate.
Yeah. Well, you're chilling. He's chilling by the
He's
water.
just hanging out, just
by
like
himself.
taking some meds, relaxing down there. Could have been sitting there in the comfort of
He
the
could
spa
have
day
his
crate.
beach towel as well. He could go for a swim, dry off, and you guys can do it too. Check it out. With Twitch Prime, find more information at twitch.tv/Prime. There's a lot of cool stuff. It's great. Lots of cool free stuff.
This is not the first crate you've gotten from Twitch Prime. There have been so many. So if you have not linked your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, you're making mistakes with your life. Is the only thing I can say.
What are you doing?
Why do you not want free stuff? It's free.
What are you doing? All right. With that being said, we've got more PUBG action coming your way here at Broadcaster Royale. We'll be coming up with that just after this break.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Broadcaster Royale. It's me, Nathanius, joined with Matrim, and got another match here in the Latin American region. That last one, I liked it. The cave finish was... It was probably, I mean, for me, this is the most unique finish I think I've seen today.
It's definitely, we haven't had anything like it up until this point, and it has just been so good to watch coming through there. I really like the way they played it. They made sure to take the dive off the side of it. They knew that they had the duo, so might as well take the risk, and then it didn't end up playing out for them.
Yeah, you can survive the drop into the cave. There's just like
if you hit the water.
Yeah, you gotta, and some of the water is shallow enough that it'll still kill you. So we do have a highlight we'll be showing you guys in a moment of the great plays from that game. It was a pretty fun one, but that team up top, they've been doing so well, and it's been so sick to watch. Diego and Paranga just absolutely slay it.
They have been murdering everything today, and they have just done so well. And so with this, let's take a quick look at all of the different action we saw inside the last round. I wouldn't be surprised if we were going to be talking about our leaders there as they come through. Look at this play. Just patiently waiting for him, catches him, and just murders him as he comes through the door.
Yep, and even just this, like the patience. You hear the player nearby, you take the kill. Unfortunately, he kind of got immediately killed after that, but not to worry. The action still continues. Our boy Gil got taken down pretty fast this time, unfortunately. But Swede brought another great game today. Really like the pressure that they put on these two guys hiding in that house.
I can't believe they got away with that. Peeking two people at the same time and still comes out alive. I went over here just doing a push-up. We're starting to see a lot of use out of the new weapons, specifically on Sandhawk. Nice shots coming out there in the distance. This is multiple squads that are all tangling into each other, and you can just see the power of third party. Let them fight it out close range. You just take them down in the distance.
Yeah, really good control, really good spotting by these players. And then we saw it slowly closed in on the southern center of the map. Great double kills. I got to say, gudybay did a really good job this game to get some amazing picks. And we saw some good sniping too, as we got pushed closer and closer to the water, but it all ended up at those caves, and man, what a match we had.
This play
one.
is so sick.
Heels
Gets
outside, and then
with so much awareness, just comes back up behind him, sprays one, turns around, gets the spray on the second one, still barely manages to survive. I gotta say, also the awareness here, knowing somebody was back over there, pushing back through the ferns, getting the kill onto it. And see, here's the problem with it. If you look down, see all the water that was down inside of that, he couldn't go down and play into the center point and med because you can't med inside of water. So the guy that had the high ground spot, he just had to stand up there, med to his heart's content, and that's how come we saw him go down earlier than the other player.
Yeah, and unfortunately for him, it was not able to make it, but we've got some great stats to show you, as it has been an explosive. Look at the kill leaderboard. 40 total kills. Pedrero Cervente. What the hell?
Look at this. Look at this. Diego has 19 kills.
And Baranga's got 21.
Either one of them has more kills than the team in second place.
That's disgusting. Disgusting. We look at the individual kills, and guess what? It doesn't change because they're still dominating.
You could almost count the second, third, and fourth place teams, add them together, and then they still are only one kill ahead of the present leaders.
That is amazing. Pedrero Cervente is dominating, ladies and gentlemen.
They came to play, to say the least. They are here. They want to perform. And I got to say, if you haven't checked out their Twitches yet, what is wrong with you? Please, go check them out.
These guys are clearly
slaying.
Head and shoulders above the competition. And I can say that without being biased because the stats show it, as we have our point standings dominating.
Separating it out. But look again how close second, third, and fourth place are. We've got 2 points separating second and third, 4 points separating third and fourth, and then another 2 points only separating fourth and fifth.
200-point difference between first and second place. That is a match win right there. Winning a match. You need to get so many kills for McDuo to catch up, even if they won first place, because these guys are so far ahead. Amazing.
I mean, at this point, whenever you're getting the wins, you're getting the kills, it's just gravy at this point. They just feel so good. You know that they just have to be living it up right now. They got to be excited. Now it's all a matter of, can they keep the momentum flowing? Because we still have a couple more rounds to go.
Yes, yes. It's not over yet, but they've been doing a fantastic job, and we know these guys have been doing so well. I mean, we want to hear from you guys. Tweet us with the hashtag Broadcaster Royale. Who do you guys think is going to win? Can anybody stop Pedrero Cervente? Or perhaps you guys are just going to tell us how much you love them all, because obviously they are amazing.
And now I gotta say, don't just send us like the super awesome "I just killed 3 people" clips. So I always love to see the PUBG clips, for lack of a better term. There.
I'll take your meme clips too.
Yeah, like if you see somebody like flip a car or something else like that, send it over because I love it.
Especially if they flip a car off a cliff and turns into a giant fireball. That's what we're looking for. Now we're going to Miramar for our next map here at the Broadcaster Royale.
Oh, Miramar, sweet Miramar. So many mixed opinions. So many people have different viewpoints on Miramar.
I like it.
I like it. I do too. See, look, this is matchmaking.
Variety
going on right
is
here.
the spice of life, my friend. And being able to mix it up, change is not always a bad thing.
The big thing about it is you just have to play it differently. Too many people try to play it the exact same way as Wrangle, and you just can't. You got to embrace the fact that it's a little different. There's not all the different same pathing styles that come into play. And just embrace the fun. And speaking of embrace the fun, look at that picture down on the left. I love that.
I'm disturbed. Deeply disturbed by that.
Oh, I popped in there for a second. I recognize one of those words.
Our players are going to begin to land now all across the map. I love these graphics that we have from these players as well. It's just rotating. It's just
I
rotating.
know that face right there.
That's
Because
scary.
they're aware of the secret players. That's one of the secret players there. Papaya himself making a quick appearance inside of this. So it looks like everybody's starting to find their little homes to drop into. There should be plenty of spaces around on Miramar, but we did see a hard shift. One of the earlier games where I'm talking, it went way up to the northwestern area.
Yeah,
so
northwest.
be curious to see if we get a little bit more of a friendly circle this time around.
Yeah, that's the big question. And I'm also wondering now as we get the vehicle usage at the beginning of the game immediately. Papaya's got it. Somehow my brain, I'm like conditioned to expect people to get run over early on. We've seen it so much.
Well, it looks like everybody's got a good job of just being able to land, get their vehicles. I gotta say, one of the things I love about Miramar, and one of the reasons I love playing Miramar, is the Murado. I love the Murado. I love the way that engine sounds whenever you're driving with it. Just that like rumble engine. Oh, I wish we could get that on more maps.
And really, it's touches like that on player-known battlegrounds that make the maps feel a little bit more personal. You have those touches where you're like, I can only get this on this map. I want to roll with this.
Are they hunting this? Looks like they're trying to go for the run over. You asked for one a second ago. Did you just cast or curse somebody into getting run over? Looks like he's looking around for it. Did he manage to find the other person find a gun yet, though?
Look at that. Is he
running out?
He's
just coming up with the shotgun right off the get-go.
Oh, he sees him. I thought didn't he just see him go through that window? I think you saw him. Yeah, you saw him. He's going to turn. He tries to punch. Not enough. And, Cribero gets knocked down immediately.
Got to go for the punch shot there. I mean, like, trying
Even
to make
the baby's
something off
cheering
of
in
it.
the background. Impressive play there. Good grab. Taking the initiative to get the first kill of the match.
Yeah, I mean, they specifically hunted that down. They knew that they had the opportunity. Could have been a slightly different game if we saw somebody find a gun inside of that. That's one of those things. Don't give them the reprieve. If you think you've got it, go in. Have confidence. Go with gusto. Just get the kill. Back over here with Papaya.
The game kind of slows down a little bit in this phase, right? People are going to loot up. How's the spread looking on the mini-map there? It seems
we do have the circle that has popped up, but the circle is cruel, and
another circle
has decided to make a hard shift to the south with a lot of water in it.
The circle does not have a lot of land. Both this game and our game on Sanhok, we have a lot of limited areas these players can go to.
Talk about an interesting last round. Well, right now, smack dab in the middle of the safe circle is Los Leones. So if we continue to collapse around that can easily fill a whole 64 players can survive and fight inside of that and be forced into a very interesting bloodbath.
Yeah, that's I'm interested to see where that goes. The potential there is pretty crazy. The vehicle situation in the Northwest. Some players are really far up north, and I'm wondering myself right now, Matt, like how is that going to play out? Because certainly they'll be driving past some of these players. We should be seeing some skirmishes as they try to make their way to the safe zone.
I mean, whenever you end up in a circle like this, if it's in the very far south and you're in the very far north, you just have to assume we've got to go early. We just got to get out of this place. We got to go find somewhere that we want to play around. You can see that driving by Picado, there's the circle way down there. We've got teams that are all spread around the northern area of the map, all the way up to the very top, up near the top wall.
Bike usage, good, makes a lot of sense. I mean, Miramar is also a map that gets a lot of flack for the. It's a little bit bumpier to try to just drive across in a lot of these vehicles. You have to be a bit more careful. You know, don't want to hit a penny on the tracks and spin off into the air, blow up.
Well, yeah, I mean, but also shows off really good driving too. Like if you are a phenomenal driver, you can do so well on this map. And it looks like we got a drop that's coming out there. They spotted it. Now here's the problem. Drops can be kind of bait inside of this. You can see multiple squads, or multiple duos, all looking over this direction, going, do we want this?
Yeah, do we want to go for it?
And that is actually going to be a supply drop. That's not just a regular crate. That's a supply drop that's come down through there.
Drop.
So it might have some really spicy stuff inside of it. They at least now know that there is a duo that's over in that general vicinity.
They're going to make their way over towards it still. I think they'll have vision on it soon if they want to try to at least contest it.
My question is, how many duos might try to contest it? Because it looks like several of them are thinking about it. Everybody's kind of following in through here. At this point, we haven't necessarily seen anything explode as of yet. So how are these guys going to make plays around each other off of it? Coming back over here, doing a slow creep. Looks like he knows where somebody's at. Taking a couple of shots, and they do go wide. Now he's doing it out. I love this. Take the shot on the outside, go around this,
Immediately
come back
flank.
behind him. I love it.
Immediately flank. Really smart play. He goes around. He gets Eelvito with the headshot. And he's going to crawler, finishes him off.
There is a teammate somewhere around. I don't know if this is the same person that we saw just a second ago. They might still be posted up inside that building. Now we're coming over here, right on the edge. A couple of shots. Yeah, I mean, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Might as well take the shots. That's my viewpoint on it. It's not like they're probably going to stop.
Until you're out of ammo. Then things get dicey.
Well, they're sitting pretty all right. They got 180 rounds.
Fair enough.
Can't kill people with 180 rounds, then you're doing something wrong in PUBG.
He caught him, but not able to get a shot. It looks like he's getting hit from somewhere else on the north side. He turns to take the shot. Is he going to be able to adjust in time? He downs puttzz. Man, getting caught off guard like that, shot by someone you don't see, able to turn, make the adjustment, aim down the sights, and down him like that.
And retaliation. That was an interesting play coming out there because he was at the crest of the top of the hill. We've talked about it a few times. That's the risk. When you're at the top of the hill, you spin around, and it's just suddenly like, there's the profile, take the shot. And so going to be rewarded with some free 4 points off of that one. Took a little bit of damage for it, but again, like you said, great awareness, turns around, make sure he gets the spin on it, gets the down, and gets the kill. Now they're looking around seeing if maybe there's a duo partner around.
He's able to finish off puttzz. These guys are just chilling. They know that there's other players.
Body rolling down the hill. I love it.
Yay,
seems slowly out there in the distance.
I
I gotta say, like the dummy physics inside this game are half the reason to do it. Like whenever you see a nice grenade go off, or you see somebody go flying out of a vehicle,
more
it makes me
games
happy.
need that. Okay.
Yes, give me the ragdoll.
Yes, flying all over the place.
Now we still got a lot of our guys that are in the northern part of the map still hanging out there. I don't know if I agree with this one. It's going to be kind of risky to make this hard push down there. I mean, you
who's
can see
all the way up in the tunnel? Is that brauJ? Like there's still people at the military camp. I mean, those they should have a car. But even then, what you're saying now is you're going to drive in at the last possible moment, which means that a bunch of people will probably be at the edge of the circle looking out.
You're kind of at the mercy of your pathing at that point, where you can make an assumption that, oh, somebody's probably not going to be here, but it's PUBG. People end up in awkward spots all the time. You don't want to be racing against the circle to try to find somewhere safe to play from for the next couple of circles. You want to have control over the zone and forcing other people out. And, it's all right.
And a few of those dinks, if you're trying to come from all the way over by military camp, you're in trouble. I think 2 of our teams are about to start eating that blue. They need to get a move on.
It looks like one of them at least found the vehicle, so they're coming through there. Now here's where the Murado is kind of an interesting choice to come through there. You can see cutting the donuts, essentially making spins out. So got a couple of Murados all rolling next to each other. It's like a, what is it, the 1960s greaser style thing going on here, where everybody's just revving their engines, driving around.
Running with the bulls, as it were.
You don't sneak up on people whenever you're driving the Murado.
No.
Yeah, you loudly proclaim that you are here, come fight me.
To battle. You can hear that car.
Matter of fact, I was going to say, you can hear one off in the distance, and you can see instantly they turn around and it's like, where is it at? Back and forth. You can see between the teammates trying to figure out, do we want to stay here? Do we like this spot or not?
Yeah, it's close.
They do spot one. Motorcycle drives right up into him. Double spray gets the kills. That's going to be some
deliveries here.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, here you go, guys. We just wanted that. And that's going to be releen going down and his duo partner.
We played this game for 20 minutes, looted everything, found our way to you, and immediately died.
I kind of find that surprising because whenever they made that turn, they should have seen the vehicle on the outside of that wall because they parked right out there. I guess maybe they thought that it was a spawn, or maybe they thought that they could just hard crash.
Well,
but
you got to keep in mind, you know, the Murano, that bike also makes a lot of, any vehicle, if you're just going to drive up on a compound like that, you are making a lot of noise. Whoever is there, if there's anyone there, they know where you're coming from and they know where you are.
Oh, and here's a duo caught inside of a bus. If you've got to traverse all of this map, this is the slowest way to do it. Just kind of relax. Turn on some music, sit back,
terrible
chill.
Fuel efficiency. I like to put on, whenever I get in this with the squad, you put on, what's it? Wake Me Up Before You Go. That's a great one with this one.
Can you hear it struggling up this little bitty tiny hill? It's like,
Exactly.
and then it just coasts down the hill, and they're going to have to try to go back up the other side. It's just, the bus just struggles up every single hill.
That bus is about fun. It's about having a good time.
It's the party wagon, man. It's just goof off, relax, have some fun. You know, whenever you take it, not necessarily going to end up for the best for you every single time. Now, I do like the Bronco quite a bit, though. I find it to be a very efficient vehicle. It's just a tank, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Although trying to shoot out the back of it is never fun.
Hey, I just noticed that the thing on the scent. It's a banana, but it looks like a tree, right? Does it say banana?
Yeah, it says banana on. A lot of people think it might be a reference to Banana Man because this is one of the first vehicles that came out after the infamous clip of them driving off into the, to cover the evidence or hide the evidence with him and Shroud.
I actually never noticed that thing said banana on it.
Oh, see, I know, I do the
played
driving.
a lot. I've driven this car a lot, and this is the first time I'm seeing.
You've never had it, like the bouncing around always distracts me. Like while I'm driving, I keep
stared
thinking
at
it's a person, and so I keep glancing that way.
I just never looked at it enough.
And so here we go, making the nice roundabouts. You can see that this is the joys of Miramar. Everybody's at least we're getting the scenic coastal view as we're driving through.
By the way, someone is driving north out of El Pozo, and brauJ still way outside the safe zone. The team from Military Zone has made their way in. So Guigo, he's finally made it.
Well, at this point, you just have to pray that you have enough meds. And look at this, somebody else just jumping right out in front of him, gets the down, and just gets murdered.
Wow.
You can see the relief be like, ooh.
It's like you're playing chicken, but both of you just hit the brakes, jump out, and start shooting.
Again, it comes down to confidence. I got to say, Latin American players, they do not care. They're like, they just drove at each other and we're like, all right, let's do this.
This is it. One of us is walking away.
This is the way that this round is going to end for one of us. And usually you see a lot more passive style play come in right now.
If
but
that was
like,
NA, they would have just driven past each other. Maybe
honked
traded
the horn.
A few shots, honked the horn.
They
shouted something over
comms.
comms.
Shot at each other, but
I don't think they would have gotten out
look at this.
that.
See, like right as soon as somebody shoots at me, jumps out, not even afraid, takes some damage from the fall on it. Got to be really careful on it. Does the spray back around. If he comes out on top of this, that's insane. He gets the kill out of one of them. Trying to get information for the other.
Great shooting so far out of him.
You can see, trying to listen for footsteps, trying to figure out exactly where he's at. Got to keep in mind, the other player might be able to see his feet shifting back and forth, but that's a really risky shot. Taking this time, instead, get the meds, get replenished. Where's his partner at? Now coming over here. Smokes inside of a building. That's a risky call to come out and make there. That's essentially saying, okay, I don't necessarily like my situation right now.
He's going to be blind.
You want to know one of the things I have noticed about Latin America?
What?
Not a lot of frag grenades.
Yeah, that's a good point. Not a lot of nading in general.
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen a few, but just not a lot.
Smokes, but I mean, it's been very rare if you compare it to a lot of the other regions. It seems like they don't lean into it as hard. They try to play around their gunplay. And they got to get the disrespect, like just the punch death. That's like the.
I won't even waste a bullet on you.
You're not worth a bullet. Just gonna go and bait him down and get the kill off of it. Now just separate out the loot. Look at a team that loots together lives together.
Yeah, it's a healthy relationship dynamic. How you make it far. Team Swede has been doing well, and we'll see if they make another deep run here.
Well, we got about 2 minutes before in the next circle. Still playing along this southern area. As you can see, most of the teams have moved into this area around Los Leones and to the south of it, which is kind of got an interesting little play area that comes through. A lot of hills, a lot of badlands, cliff sides that you can play across. Mainly, it also provides a lot of opportunities for teams just to sneak up. That's one of the big problems about playing these. You can see right there, somebody stepping out into the distance. A couple of shots, and that was just a nice drop coming out from Swede there. Just said, nope, spot you, line it up. 3 shots, 2 of them connect, get the down and get the kill.
Great shot with that SLR, picking him off. And that next circle still includes a decent bit of the water here. It also has a bit of that island element to it on the very southwest portion of it. Something to keep in mind.
See, everybody's starting to get in that range. They're starting to spot each other. We've got 55 people alive, but this is where Miramar starts to come alive. Everybody is starting to get stacked on top of each other. I love this. Play forward. They saw the vehicle. Trying to see where he might be repositioning to. No visual. I understood that one. I got that one.
He cannot see him. I think that's what he's saying.
Oh, and this is a terrible spot. You know, whenever I always like to say that the Shack Life doesn't choose you. It just you just have to accept it. You know, you just come in, and whenever you're in a position like this and you're forced to play around a spot such as this, it's not by choice. You're just forced into playing this. So you can see posted up. I do like the fact that they're playing around the tires a little bit, but it's just such a risky place to play around. And there we go. Did we finally see some heads popping up there? Taking a couple of shots, do line up, get 2 hits on it, instantly retreats back over, do get the down onto one of them, trying to get the down onto it, and they get rewarded for their patience. Now they got to go out and get the free loot.
They get Lualler, and they get King XDXD.
Motorcycle way off in the distance, catching some airtime there. So 2 different duos? It looked like there were 2 people on one of those motorcycles.
Yeah. Maybe about to be a skirmish over there. These guys kind of observe from afar.
I also like how many people that we see as we're bouncing around wearing the PUBG hat. Like, just showing full-on support. Like, this is a game I love. I love to play it, love to stream it. And I gotta get me one of those hats.
Yes. Yes, me too.
That's what I keep thinking about. Like, we keep talking about all the spa crates and how cool like the Twitch spa stuff is.
The PUBG hat in PUBG. This is a little fourth wall breaking.
I don't know if I would like that. That seems like a little bit too much.
Well, they have signs of the game in the game. So.
This is true. So I guess like immersion is broken. Just full on accept it. Give me the PUBG hat. Then you've sold me on it. I'm coming around like the PUBG hat.
Yeah.
I think that we finally have everybody inside of the safe zone right now. And another motorcycle drive-by, sprays coming out, does connect, gets it down onto one of them, but it looks like his duo partner is going to make it off into the distance over there.
He's like, nah, man, gonna try to get our place up a little bit further. People are starting to die.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. We've only lost about 3 inside of the circle so far.
Yeah.
Starting to condense down now. It's going to start forcing everybody to kind of condense. But I think pretty much everybody is fairly safe, specifically around the location that we're looking at right now. It's going to be that northwestern part of the circle. Seems to be where everything's going to get pretty explosive.
Everybody's playing super carefully. You don't want to get knocked out early. You're playing for positioning. You're playing for points. You want to qualify in this tournament, get to that $300,000 live finals. And this is the only way that you're going to do it, as well as picking up those kills, too, though. So that's the other major component that we can't forget about, is that even these slow plays work, you still want to pick up those frags whenever possible.
All right, we were just talking about it a second ago, guys. But keep in mind, if you have Twitch Prime, make sure you go and pick up your Spa Day crate. It's just free cosmetics at this point. And if you have not yet done it, make sure to link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account so that way you can get all these goodies for free. We're over here right now as we see 2 duos starting to square off, finally starting to unload. Nice shots. That's a long-range shot here. This is very risky of giving away their position. Usually you don't want to take a shot like this, but they do get the down onto one of them. Now all pressure's onto the duo partner. Trying to go for this peak, and they just repeatedly lining him up.
Yeah, really making it difficult, putting a lot of pressure on there. His skill does not want to allow him to go through. Okay, there we go. The circle's closed in. It's still closing in on the beach, Matt, so everyone has to move down. And, I mean, I'd say about almost a little more than a quarter of that circle is going to be dedicated to just water.
And there's so many hills. Like you can see, we're kind of around that area. You can see there's all these like recess points, valleys to play around. We could essentially see hilltop duels coming into play here as different people get information. Look, we're coming over here with a ninja. It's doing a slow creep up right now. They do see him.
He's got eyes.
They're so close to each other at this point.
He's got
Getting information to his teammate.
He's waiting. Okay, we ready to go? There's an open spot. Oh!
Just stops at the wrong moment and just gets destroyed. I gotta say, like you'd see, they were like, "Hey, let's go ahead and stim up here, guys," and then just beat it in right on his head.
That's a nasty way to go.
And so we were kind of talking about this earlier, about the potential problems of using smoke whenever you find yourself in a bad situation. I understand having to do it if you need to meta, if you need to do something else, but you can see it's just beat it in. Just keep on taking the shots, and he got the down onto one of them. Now it's just a matter of what's going to happen with the duo partner. They know that they've got the down. They're just stepping out. They're like, no, okay, we know exactly where you are. We've been making sure to stay right inside of the spot. You've got a tree to hide behind, and that's about it.
I like it,
though. That's a wicked scarf.
Yeah. Actually, that skin's cool. That makes me feel a little
bit better. No, I'm talking about him.
Oh, the scarf. I thought that was his gun. I'm like, oh, man.
Oh, no.
That is quite. You know what? He does not have a cold neck. That is for sure.
This is true. Now back over here with Anonymous and his awesome jacket and face mask. There.
Do you think he's seen that movie with the...
I'm pretty sure he's probably seen even for Vendetta. At this point, you can't stream for this long without people kind of forcing to come through there. Slow creep coming out there. And see, this is one of the things about Miramar. You can end up with an elusive amount of people still alive at this stage. We still got 50 people up and alive right now.
I think it's got to be also because like going through Los Leones and all these hills, it's really hard for people to get visuals.
I'm popping over here with ecoww and Anonymous again. So just saw his partner just a second ago. So they're still playing along this coastline. I gotta say, it's been pretty rewarding. One of the reasons why we have so many people alive, I think, though, is because of where we're playing at in the map. You can see it's just hills, rocks, another valley coming through to play. There's all these little roads. There is just such an incline on this. There are so many little places to hide.
Ooh, he's trying to go for that spray. He knocks down Bogum. He's looking for the teammate.
Instantly goes for it. Gets the push off to the side, goes for the peek.
No fear. A teammate helps him pop him down, and not bad at all. Meanwhile, Anonymous making his way back towards that south area.
Just slowly encroaching down. I kind of like this. I think that they heard the gunfight because the gunfight that we were just looking at is just around this hillside, if I believe. So let's see. It looks like they're just hot-footing it over in that direction. Yeah, it sounds like they're feeding information right now. They decided that they're just going to center up. I do like this strategy because you know it's eventually going to have to shift away from the water. So go for a position like that. There's a good chance that you're going to end up inside of a safe zone. And there we go. They have come in contact with the team we were looking at just a second ago. One person gets down, going for the spin over the other one, trapped in the exact same position that we saw them put another duo in. And now it's just tickling the backside of him. And that's going to be all she wrote. And Ingich goes down.
Yep, and in this situation, that was the one that actually set up Bogum for the kill. So dialed back a little bit off the delay here, and moving forward one more time now.
So now down to 47, up and alive. To see how this is going to... Looks like most of the players have managed to make it into the safe zone pretty well. We got a couple of stragglers that are on the outside of it. Now, we can bring up the map for just 1 second. There is one thing I do want to point out. We do have somebody out in the water just hanging out over there. You see him down in the south?
That's Naluck. That's the guy that won the game on Erangel.
But we just talked about it. We knew it had to shift away from the water at some point, and now here comes the pressure.
Now he's like, oh my god. Oh, I think he sees that care package that landed on the mini island southwest. He's like, maybe I'll get that and then try to run in.
Just go run over there and grab. I mean, you can. I mean, there's a little bit of risk in it. You have to assume those people on the hillside are probably going to see it. People seeing each other. We got a lot of people that are starting to get a beat on top of them. Just coming over here with Secret Friend and Huma.
Pinch him on the tree.
Get a little bit of information back and forth. Got a lot of pressure onto him. We can hear trying to run off in the distance. Gets it down onto one of them. Gonna finish that and make sure to get those points.
Okay, one more.
Good cleanups here so far. We're back to Team Swede, making their way in from the northwest area of the circle.
I almost get shell-shocked coming in between these different like streams and like the different brightness.
Everybody
and the
plays
clarity.
different settings. Yeah.
It's just like it's almost not like you're looking at different maps here. Popping over here when Nicoletti under a little bit of trouble. You see the smokes come down around him. Grenades are popping down, giving his ears a little bit of a buzz. Going for a reposition on the outside of that. We're back over here with a just firm push straight up into it.
These
Again,
guys
confidence
are so
plays.
aggressive. I love it. There's no fear. He gets the double kill. He's so good.
That's the power of the lean right there.
Damn, son.
Just coming up in this. That's a solo going into a duo. No cares in the world. He's like, nah, I got this. I believe in myself. I'm just going to stroll into it.
I know what I'm doing. I got nothing to worry about. Look at this. Now Nicoletti's going to drop a couple of smoke grenades. He's going to try to cover the potential areas where he can move through. He's hoping to bait out one of the enemies, and he does. He knocks out Paranga.
Whoa, that grenade exploded real close, and it's going to get dinged by one of them. Going to force him to actually heal just a touch. The outside of it, teammates coming forward. This is risky with the amount of grenades we've seen going back and forth. This is just right after we were talking about we didn't see a lot of grenades. Now we're starting to see the warrant inside of it, putting a lot of pressure onto these guys. Step up, forward. Is this grenade going to be good? Got the grenade up, makes the switch back over. Can't quite get the down. Looks like he managed to make it over into safety. Now lining up over here with Neri. Looks like he's got a beat on somebody. Gets third partied though. Just going to watch the guy die off in the distance.
Yeah.
Okay, siempre cuando no te tumbes de la derecha.
Gonna fight a few here, and now going to miss, knocked down by Papaya.
God, I love that face down the bottom left-hand corner. Gets popped just a little bit. Sweet looks like he managed to pick himself up a crate. I say that, but I don't think he's running any of the crate weapons.
Yeah, he's got the level 3 helmet at least.
Take what you want out of it. So gonna try to connect in this nade. Throws it out the window. Just hey. And then steps back around. He's like, oh no. There.
Okay.
All right, I'm popping back over here with Sweet again, as you can see, playing around the outside of the rock. Beautiful headshot, but gives away his position. Now he can't quite figure out where he's being shot from. Gonna retreat back down the hillside.
Hail of bullets. D&D actually finished him off with the frag, at least behind the cover.
Trying to line up these shots. This is so risky. I think now a third party is starting to come into play because it sounds like the shots are going to come out from the outside of it. Lines up one. Doesn't get the down on it. Instead gets downed himself. Now all the pressure's onto D&D.
Doing a lot of work, but D&D's able to kill his assailant. So, all right, maybe drop a smoke. Try to create an opportunity to get you up. And you've mentioned this can draw the attention, though. When you see that smoke,
Caster cursed. That's all you can say right there. When you throw the smoke, dead.
I feel no remorse.
Well, let's be honest. We're starting to get down here. We've lost about 25 people inside of this circle alone. Now dropped down to about 25. You can see it's still going. Minute and 30 seconds before everybody has to make their way inside the next safe zone. Nicoletti's still up and alive. They managed to disengage themselves from that fight. Managed to look like they came out on top of it. So looks like they're fairly looted as of this point.
And naluck died, right? He totally didn't survive that boat.
Yes, I do believe that he did die from it. You can see his skull's down right there. He managed to run into Swagger, looks like. And they, so
I was going to say, with the tactics he was employing, I think he was making himself out to be a little bit of a villain.
Yeah, I would say at this point he was definitely the heel play coming through there. Nice spray coming out and getting himself another kill off of this. A lot of solo is still trying to inch their way up inside of this.
320 naquelas duas arvorezinhas, arbusto.
Now we're over here with JohnDyne's partner. So kind of get a little bit of information. Still playing on the edge. 35 seconds. This is going to be their opportunity to go step forward.
Yeah, a lot of downed players here playing around this position. We've seen gudybay do very well with Nicoletti. Finishes off KLGCuballende.
And this is one of the Twitch favorites. Or whenever we were watching this in between hand, they were just absolutely excited. Anytime we showed gudybay, he's got tons of support inside of this. You know that it's got a lot of people that are really rooting for him in it. I gotta say, he's in a pretty good spot. 10 seconds, so he still needs to make his way about another 100 meters inside. Seems to be firmly aware of it. They're already going for a reposition. I like this. Move a little bit early, try to get a little bit more information, step forward into it.
Ooh. Takes a shot, and then we get him. There we go. Takes down Nicoletti. Then we have Paranga picked off here.
Look at Swagger's health right now. Got to make his way back up there. This is so risky.
And look at that. Prioritizes the teammates. I'm going to help my buddy out.
I want to get him up. And nobody looks over that direction. I don't think
we do this together, or we don't do it at all.
Throwing out some utility there, trying to get a little bit more information. Steps up, makes the switch over. Thinks that he knows which doorway that he's in. Got a couple more smokes onto it. Let's see, start making their way forward. Now, I like this, playing around the lower part of the circle where it's going to be closest to the next safe zone. Just got to sweep behind you at this point, and they're just pushing through the smoke. Again, Latin American bravery. I got to say, they are just not afraid to make a play.
Yeah, these guys are really okay with just pushing super aggressively. Steps forward with that SKS, looking to get the shot. He's taking a few back in return, steps away. He sees the down player out in the field. And he will pass down now. JohnDyne.
They've got to move here, and they've got about a minute. They have a pretty far way to go.
Gotta be careful about locking yourself inside of the shack, too. Limiting your options to get away. Takes another shot, trying to step out.
They have control over this area. You can see that they're not getting shot over here, so trying to opt away, trying to get a little bit more information. Where did they get shot from? They know that they got hit. Every single time they step that direction, bullets start to fly.
That makes it so difficult. They're in this weird position where it's like, how exactly are we supposed to get out of here? He's still got that empty flare gun in his hand as well.
And they've lost about half the time that they had to reposition. They're down to about 30 seconds now. Finally line up a shot, get the down onto one of them. This is the reprieve that they needed. They needed to buy themselves a little bit more space because you can see that the building that they were shooting at is just inside the safe zone. So his teammate is doing an outer push, just doing a slow creep up on it.
Yep. And, it looked like that norttz guy actually did end up getting finished off. So these players trying to move away, but here we go. We've got Sode taking the long shot off on him as they make the way out of there.
Swagger gets dropped, though, in retaliation shots, trying to retreat back. I don't know if I agree with going for that. Yeah.
Finishes him off, and here's Gil getting rid of Neri, who had an amazing run.
So with that, we're now down to the top 10. Everybody's slowly encroaching into this hillside position. So yeah, still lots of terrain to kind of hide out in, play, or you can just hide out in the grass too. Hiding in the grass is fine.
Whatever floats your boat.
We've never seen Papaya play in grass, ever. I don't think that's ever happened, right?
Well, I mean, when duty calls.
Sneaky stakes.
When you need it, when there's this much on the line.
Stay here.
Just playing.
Va a tirar dos nades a donde creo que hay gente.
And now we're down to 7. Looks like everybody's doing a slow encroach at the direct time. I think that we have one person that's inside the safe zone. Everybody else is just doing their sneaky snake life. These guys are going to have to make a push off over to the west. Looks like they're just going to throw out some of the nades, see if they can catch anybody inside the field.
Alguien más tiró algo a la derecha, ¿ah? Tú tenemos que estar alejados un poco.
Trying to make these call-outs.
Yeah, the risk in it is they're going so loud. You know how they're drawing so much attention their direction. They can make this sneaky play that they were trying to do if they end up being forced to crawl through. So dangerous.
Yeah, those houses, you have so many sneaks, different things that you need to worry about. The house positioning, of course, them trying to peek out at you. And he does actually look in, he sees him, and he gets screwed for ops. Just that diligence. He's like, that house is barely in the safe zone, but I'm going to keep my eyes on it because I know it's such a prime spot for somebody to hide out and try to stow away. And he's able to capitalize on that. We're down to 6 players.
So we're coming over here with Power Player and Norttz playing on this outer side. They're going to be right over where we were just looking with Papaya. You can see that I guess it's the watering tower right there is the best thing to call that, with the dividing factor between them. And it looks like just the grass is enough to make it to where it's really hard to see. But these guys are going to have to go for a reposition, so we got some retaliation grenades coming back over here now. Meanwhile,
Power Player
have themselves inside the circle.
Yep, Power Player chilling inside here, looking around with Norttz, and Norttz has got the grenades out. He's standing up. He's running through the field. He's like, all right, whoever else is here, let's go. He's got some grenades to throw, and he's like, I'm just going to make a move, transition to the center.
And right now, we have 5 of our players all collapsed within about 100 meters of each other. I know it's insane to say, but look, see how we pop back over here with this other duo? They're right next to each other, but just due to the terrain that Miramar provides in this area of the map, nobody can see them. So there are 5 players here, and there's 1 more on the other side of the circle. And so it's going to collapse in smack dab into the middle.
220 tiene que haber gente del 290. That's it.
Yeah, it is the call out. I mean, this is a situation super stressful. You know everybody has to be so close.
Yes.
And you're like, oh my goodness, there's potentially 2 other teams so nearby.
Just go with the Hail Mary grenades. See if you can get something out of it here. Just throw it if you've got them, worth the risk on it. Trying to just survey. Like, this is so nerve-wracking if you're playing inside it, because you're just down inside the grass. You know that there's people around you, but you just can't get anything. One of the grenades does connect just in a little bit onto Norttz. Going to force him down. That's kind of a brave call. Gets hit with a grenade right on that bush and goes, I think I'm
back
to
the bush to heal. Yeah.
I'm going to go to that bush right there.
You know what? I think this is an okay opportunity in here. We've got Papaya moving forward, getting closer and closer to that spot. Is he going to finally see him? I'm amazed these 6 players are actually not seeing each other here. This kind of...
I think it's just due to the nature of the hill. You can see it kind of crests up in the middle, and everybody's just kind of focusing on the pinnacle of this little mini hill, doing slow creeps. You can see they're right near each other. There is a down.
Oh, yeah, he lost. He's knocked down.
El tipo todavía está aquí. El tipo está por aquí conmigo. Creo que está detrás de la
getting a little bit more frantic inside of their conversations now. Like, oh, and look at that. Gets the down onto one of them. Gets the kill, but did give away his position. Now down to 5. I love this. They've got a down player. Just send him out as bait. Get the information. Feed it over to your other guy. Don't go for the res. It's too risky.
We got 2 solos here and 1. No, it's 4 teams, right? 4 teams, 4 solos basically. Yeah.
We got smokes now coming into play.
Free for all.
I don't think that was his smoke. I think that's why he's giggling maniacally, like, hey, there's somebody right here.
Is close enough to me that they smoked themselves, and I'm in the smoke.
So we got Norttz just throwing out all the smokes that I venture to say were the benefactor.
The graphics cards are.
Just gotta help everybody out at this point. If you throw down smokes and you cover the entire safe circle with it, then it's balanced, right?
Everybody has cover, nobody has cover, right?
Exactly. So now you can kind of get up, be a little bit more brave. Although I gotta say, with that many smokes that he threw out there, it's like almost kind of working against him.
Yeah, he's also covering probably half of the enemies he has.
This is true. It's true. Like, we heard the maniacal laughter from one of them. So
more smokes.
Hey, if you got them, might as well use whatever utility you can at this point. I mean, it's not like it's going to do you any good. Like, what's the circle that comes after this one? Might as well just use whatever you got, try to survive for as long as possible.
It's just going to kill you. And this is it. The final moments as they wait for that last circle to squeeze him to death.
you should have someone really
Now,
close to
what's
you.
interesting right now is there are 4 different solos playing around
Like en
this
la
area.
dirección en la que...
There are no more duos, so it's just a matter of information gathering. Now, keep in mind, we've been sitting here for just a bit. At a certain point, there will be a point inside of the circle that is selected as the final closing zone. We did see that inside the last round, so we're actually getting treated to it 2 times around now. So what's going to happen is everybody's starting to creep in, and the circle does hurt quite a bit, so you got to be fairly careful with it. Almost becomes like you're all just herded into this one centralized spot that everybody has to fight their way out of.
Everybody's super close, and yet so far they're not aware of each other's positioning. They're just waiting for that final prompt to push in.
And a lot of people aren't even at full life, so it makes it seem like maybe not, like maybe they burned through all their meds. And if anything, in the last round, we found out you really need it for one of these fights.
Yeah, nobody's going to be trying to med through the final circle here.
Yeah, well, maybe you could essentially try to tank it and maybe hope that like it ends up in a 3-way standoff. Because that's the thing. Remember, we kind of have the God's eye view here. We know it's 4 solos. All these guys just see it's 4 alive, so they're like, there's a duo somewhere, there's something going on. That's why everybody's afraid to make some type of play right now. Is they're just trying to like, they assume that they're outnumbered and they don't want to take the risk.
Considering that no one's being shot at, is for no one to move at all anymore.
And the funny thing about it is, it seems like so relaxing since nobody's moving, but this is like the tensest moment you can possibly imagine for every single one of these players. They're so involved. They're having to listen for any footsteps, any noise, and try to make their way, look through bushes, wishing that they had the X-ray vision right there.
Yeah. God, they're all so close together. This is nerve-wracking.
Glancing out, surveying the grass around them.
Don't move.
Trying to get some information from it. Because at this point, even just crawling might even give away your position.
Yep. They're all just like, so where's that final circle again? Where's the death one that kills us? There we go.
Popped up, 15 seconds. This is where it's all going to come down to. Everybody now knows they've got to figure out how they're going to make the plays based off of it. Everybody's fairly separated out around different parts of the circle. Everybody is on the southern side, but they're all playing different angles.
And here we go. Everybody's got to move. People throwing grenades into the center of where that circle's going to go. Okay, I don't mind it. Put the frags there. Hope to hit anybody that moves into the middle.
Oh, gets one. Gets taken down, though, so that's going to just drop us down to... What, we're going to reverse back in time? Just a second.
Back in time now. Ooh. We're going to see from Nortz's perspective. Papaya got killed first. Oh, okay, wow, he actually got the kill. Norttz wins the game from outside of that blue, just barely running in at the end. And that means De Volta Pro Arbusto is going to win our 4th match in the Latin American qualifier. Power player and Norttz.
Man, did you hear how excited he was to get that? After he got it down, he was just like, you could just hear him explode. Just like, yeah!
The intensity.
It's so nerve-wracking. You're just so involved inside of it. So the moment you get the down, you get the kills inside of it. He was outside the blue. He thought that he was in the bad spot.
Exactly. You're terrified. So great game, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with our next match here. You're watching Broadcaster Royale.
They're just trying to go for position. Nice shots coming out from
We don't have... Well, oh, we are back, you guys, once again. How many times I feel like we're saying we're back? We're back with more.
More rounds.
More
We're
of
at
more
10 now.
PUBG
so
more.
far. 'Cause
For
we did-
us.
Yeah, technically 20 for the day. We've
Woo!
had 20 rounds of PUBG going through all the maps, all the regions. I mean, we've been to Asia, we've been to Europe, North America, and now on the final round for Latin America.
What are we doing? Oceania? What's that happening? I'm just asking all the questions right now to throw all the wrenches inside things.
All of the wrenches inside of the thing.
They're like, Lisa, no, don't say that. Sorry, I have no idea what's going.
Well, we had an amazing last round, so let's take a quick look at all the clips coming out from it. I mean, it got real crazy there towards the end. So with this, you can see a lot of spray down. So many people just drove up next to each other inside of vehicles like no cares. Look at this. 2 different duos stopped, and they're like, no, we're just going to fight this
He
out.
said, beep, beep, Uber's here. Or is it
Alright.
Postmates? I'll deliver you my body. Shoot me down.
That sounded bad.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. That did actually. Yikes.
All right, so with this, we're going back over here, and we're seeing a nice lineup coming through. Managed to get the downs and the kills. Gonna run back over to it. Strong performance. They were so patient waiting inside of that spot. And now we're moving over to the hilly terrain with the motorcycle spray to get one.
And then yet another. No, he's just gonna clean it up.
Finish off. Can't let those points go to waste.
Yes, gotta complete it. Get those 4 points.
Hopping back over here with the best dressed man inside of the event so far. I just love the way he played this, bouncing back between it. You can see that using the bullets to force him to reposition each time. Tree's just not quite thick enough, so it gets taken down. That's one of the things you got to be careful whenever you're crouching behind those trees. Kind of like pop up and stand up so that way you have a smaller profile.
Exactly, because your backpack or your secondary weapon or whichever one is on your back will be exposed to your position and your alignment, as well as your shoulder, perhaps. Maybe a toe. I've even taken people out with toes.
There's your boy Gil netting
Gil!
himself a kill there. I know
My
we've
man.
got no caster bias coming out over here, but nice shots coming out from the guys. A lot of secret players competing inside of this, performing really well. Got the sneaky little plays coming up here where we can see Papaya getting that kill onto what's going to be Power Player. And then the very pop-up for the end on the outside in the blue nets the win. I got to say, that's about as close as you can possibly get right there to dying and still managing to come out with a victory.
He just popped right up. He said, peekaboo.
Oh,
And he
like-
won.
And
Got
again,
the kill.
those endings for players are just mentally taxing. So kudos to those guys for playing it out. Now you got to bounce back and move into another round where we're going to your favorite map to pronounce?
I'm going to test you. This is your pop quiz, Matt.
Sanhok?
Oh,
Sanhok.
we will get this one day.
Sanhok.
We will get this someday.
I'm a failure.
I'm drinking. I need to drink more of this. Just kidding. It's hot water. It's
okay,
beautiful.
so say it for me again so I can try to get it right.
Sanhok.
Sanhok. How am I saying it wrong?
Sanhok.
I'm throwing a little bit of the Texas slang in there. Being like
Texas?
Sanhok.
Sanhok.
Yeah, all right.
Sanhok. Everyone in Texas is like, we don't talk like that.
No, I mean, I'm from Texas. Not all of us talk like that from there.
Yeah, there we go.
I have to fight off the accent.
That was a really long map, though. I will say. I checked it on y'all, and it was still going on.
It ran all the way to the end.
All the way to the end.
That's all the way you can make it. I mean, maybe about another 5-10 seconds is about as far as you can push around. So we saw the entirety of a round, and that does tend to happen on Miramar kind of frequently, just due to the different areas and locations you can see inside the map.
Yeah, that was a great win, however, though, at the end, because I was a little worried when I saw that replay. When you have to pop up from prone position, you do have that lag time from being able to get your gun out and actually shoot it. But I don't know what happened to the other guy. He literally was so surprised.
Well, we've been talking about a lot of regions and the different ones we saw. Let's do a quick little view back towards North America and some of the plays that we saw inside of that. Coming back over here with Woody style. I gotta say, I love this push. Throws in the confident nade and then just steps up and sprays down.
That was just a casual toss of that nade. He's like, Chuck. All he sprays.
Oh, and here comes the car. Oh, Sunny D. I feel so bad for that because we don't see the 10 seconds beforehand where he dodged so many of them. Because he's just out in the open. There was nowhere to go. Sooner or later, the car was going to connect. Popping back over here with Lumi now getting some nice shots
Look at
on
that.
a spray.
Steady.
Gets him up in the air. Following it through and just getting the vehicle. I love vehicle explosions. It just make my heart happy. It's just,
That was great. They connected their shots really well and was able to get that final explosion for the grandiose kills. You can't just get the kill and get that crate just like pop out the back of that UAZ.
There's just
Boop, you gotta explode it.
It's like whenever the vehicle does that little hop and it's just like the plume of fire and smoke comes out of it. Oh, it's just so good, especially whenever you end up with like 4 people inside of one of the vehicles and you just see bodies start going flying every single direction. It's just like,
Definitely love the ragdoll in PUBG.
I do. It's so good. Like, especially like whenever somebody gets shot and like they just do like that backward bounce where they like just their spine just kind of collapses back in on itself.
Yeah, or remember that one time when they updated at some point, there was a patch and all the characters were like pointing up?
Oh,
Super
yes.
awkward. They were like this, legs in the air. It was really weird.
PUBG
Super still.
That's one of the things. Like PUBG
it was
has
really
this
funny.
history of little funny, little quirky things. I gotta say, it brings the charm for me.
Yeah.
Like that's what I love. Like there was also a little like glitch for a second where if you scoped in and like crouched down, your backpack would pop up off of you. So it was like be hanging out the backside of it and just shoot out that direction. It was kind of interesting there. But I mean, the big thing though is all about being in comfort and style, if we're talking about it. And so
Absolutely.
we should definitely mention, if you have not yet gotten one of your spa crates from Twitch Prime, what is wrong with you?
What are you waiting for?
Repeatedly, we're trying to tell you how to get free things. So at this point, if you have Twitch Prime, just go. There should be a little icon in the top right. It's got a little crown up there. Click on it and get your free stuff. If you have not yet linked your Amazon Prime account to Twitch, it's just a couple of clicks. It takes like all of maybe 10 seconds. There's no reason not to look stylish as these two dapper people here.
I just love that this man has his finger up to his mouth. He's straight
He's
like,
styling.
girl.
He's like modeling.
Look
He's
at
throwing
me.
some
Yep.
GQ there. All into it. And she's got like the hand on the hip with like the posture coming out there.
That's just funny.
I mean-
the head towel.
I mean, it's just like popping out there. I
How
don't
was
even know if
that?
I can properly
Wait
do it.
till everyone can see you. All right, here's Matchum's version. Go. Yes, give it to him.
Throw it
Ooh,
through.
burn through the cam. There we go.
Look.
Yeah,
Boom.
baby. There
There
it
we go.
is. One's in chat if that was amazing for your faces. Hypes, whichever you decide to do in Twitch chat. Everyone, has their own MO that you want to do. You can drop those Lipstick Mafia emotes if you got them.
With this, guys, we are down to our final round for Latin America. Everybody's getting loaded into the game. So at this point, you can see down at the bottom of the screen right below me, it's got the hashtag broadcaster Royale. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think deserves the play of the day? Make sure to talk to us. We are listening. We want to know your insights so we can make these picks for what are the best plays. What are the cool things? Who do you want to win?
Definitely use that hashtag broadcaster Royale so that we can keep track of all your amazing tweets. And with that said, in our final map, Sanak. Good job, man. I'm so proud of you.
I did it.
So
I learned
proud
a thing
of you.
today. So coming back over here, I gotta say, I actually had not had the pleasure to cast this map before today, and I love it. This
Yeah.
is just like so fun. Watching everybody have to adapt to different areas of it. There is just so many cool little points to play around. Like we got an ending round on the caves area. I don't even think that I've played in that area past like maybe 2 minutes in the game after drop.
That's amazing. Yeah, I like that area. It's a special place because you've got that high ground. You can just hide up there. Or sometimes that circle's going to force you to actually either go around or you're going to have to take the dive right down the middle.
And one thing I do have to say about Latin America that I appreciate, they don't wear the skirts as much.
The what?
Because it's always awkward. Like, wearing the skirts.
Oh, the skirts.
Whenever you're following
Yes.
people dropping in and they're wearing the skirts and you're just sitting there like, this feels a little bit awkward because you're just looking straight down from the bottom of their
Is that
feet.
right, Matchum?
Yeah, it's
You heard it here, boys and girls.
There was a plural player for a period of time that always, he wanted to go for a kilt look. And so he always wore one of the skirts with, this big, huge, burly dude. So anytime he was, prone or something like that, it was awkward, to say the least.
Oh, that's fun. Let's follow this guy.
And so with this, we are moving in. Everybody's kind of getting a little bit of information. Kind of figure out where everybody is dropping at. Looks like a little bit more passive. We've seen a lot more violent starts, but we do have the circle that is up. And going back up to that northwestern island, looks like that's going to be the home. I don't think that we've seen a Sanhawk finish yet where it's actually been on the main island. I think that always... Oh, no, wait, we did see in the bay earlier today. There was that one finishing around that southern area where we had a lot of water inside.
Ah, okay. That's not the one I was on.
Look at how much water is inside of the safe zone. I would say probably 50% of it at least. That means it's all going to be about pressure, finding these different areas. Curious to see if anybody gets any of these like wave riders or boats, makes any plays off of it. I want to see somebody get like a motorcycle or something big like that and like try to make one of the jumps, because you can jump across a lot of these little points. It was specifically designed that way.
Why isn't anyone doing that? We were talking about this earlier. We need to implement some style points award situation happening in the tournament.
Style points. That's what PUBG needs. I want to see some backflips on motorcycles. I've cast so much PUBG. Nobody quite ever like executes it. You can see like there for a second they go for it, they start leaning back, and they're like, nah, it's too risky. It's gonna land. Because I mean, let's be honest. Who wants to be the guy that loses a tournament because you flipped your motorcycle and you didn't get it?
I mean, you just don't not get it. You got to land it.
But there's the other side too, though. If you're the person that plays in a tournament, does the motorcycle flip and lands it, then you get infinite bragging rights. Like nobody else had was brave enough to do this, and it was like fine.
Tier 1 bragging rights, street cred out the roof.
Pode ser que a gente foda nessa.
A gente tem que passar, viado.
Looting phase right now. It's actually been a fairly quiet early game right now. A couple of shots thrown back and forth. Nothing too insane, though. I gotta say, Latin America tends to start a little bit spicier than this. Usually, they not necessarily afraid to just like mix it up real early. This time around, it looks like everybody realized, okay, this is our last round. We need all of the points. So let's just try to play this out as best we can.
This is when they can make a change to anything happening in the leaderboard currently. Considering there's only 5-point difference between each place.
And we just got into rounds so quick this time around, we didn't get a chance to go through all the leaderboards and stuff like that. But when we saw them earlier, everybody was in touching distance of each other in a lot of these positions. Finally, we see a little bit of action coming over here as spray does come through. Doesn't look like it managed to get the full down, but a lot of damage coming out.
Tem cara embaixo, segundo andar.
Now they're trying to figure out if they want to make a push. Looks like they're just going to go for it. Goes for the peak, does get the one down onto it, and that's going to be gudybay going down. Now we're popping across the map. A little bit of surveillance going on, doing a little bit of peek there. And popping over here as it's going to be King XD going down early. I got to say, King XD tends to go down pretty early in a lot of these games. Having had a rough tournament so far.
Yeah. There we go. Nades coming out. I always forget to throw my nades.
See, it either goes one way or the other with me. Either I use all of them or I use none of them. And I like to believe myself to be a nade delivery service for whoever kills me sometimes. And that's going to be Nicoletti going down there. Somebody we saw a strong performance from in the last 2 rounds, going down really early here. We're seeing a lot of people that have been performing through the event going out real early. This kind of worries me, Lucy.
Yeah,
it's interesting to land in boot camp and try to contest boot camp on the last round. I mean, apparently these guys, they must be all right, you know. On the leaderboard, they're like, we're moving on. Let's just hot drop it.
Well, I think there's really only like one team that's been pretty dominant, had a huge point advantage. Everybody else was pretty close. So taking these early losses, even like feeding over 4 points at this stage, is really big. So going to be interesting to see how all this starts to play out, specifically with like a lot of these leaders taking some early losses. I don't think that we've seen the full team wipe coming through yet. No, we still have 30 teams up and active, but a lot of people now reduced down to solo.
Trying to look over here on the map. A lot of people in the southwest corner. The main island got cleared out pretty quickly.
Now, I look at this modification that we've been seeing on it. Let's see the map real quick. A lot of the players opting into way earlier moves than we've been seeing. We've been seeing a lot of people in Latin America kind of like hang back, specifically in Miramar. We saw people out in the blue for forever. This time around, now everybody's just doing a lot more forward movements and leading to a little bit more action in these choke points, and that's what we're seeing right now. Beautiful shots coming out. He's got it lined up, waiting for the partner to come through. Shooting back. If you didn't know it, you can actually run up those side railings right there and make some really interesting little plays. Problem with it is, naturally, you kind of reveal yourself to everybody, but whenever you get a shot from up there, man, you know it's tilting.
Yeah, as long as they didn't see you go up there, you can get a surprise kill on somebody. But it's definitely not one of the safest points to be.
Well, if you start taking fire, you just kind of jump off and jump into the water, go swimming for a second.
Is it deep
Pray
enough?
that your teammate protects you.
Is it deep enough there, though? Imagine.
Yeah, I've done it a few times.
Ah, all right, note taking. I'm taking notes, everybody.
Well, that's kind of the thing. You always got to find the little sneaky spots, specifically at the very beginning. Whenever a map is new, find like all these really cool like hidden spots where you can just kind of jump out and surprise people, just for the fun of it.
Like this little container right here. Just go ahead and sit in there the entire game.
I don't know. That seems like that would be a really boring way to play PUBG. But now we're coming over here with LoLWingz, got a couple of shots off, just tearing up somebody that's running up that hillside. But they are way out in the blue. Both of these duos are in a lot of trouble. They need to get the secure kills onto this because they need the meds just to make it out.
Yeah, that QBU, man. And he's not even prone, where that was one of the positives of this weapon is that it has a bipod. So you can just prone out and it'll be super accurate. As it does tend to have a vertical recoil.
Well, see, that's the problem. Is it's so hard in PUBG to take any shots from their prone position because the grass is so tall. I mean, there's several of the weapons that have the bipods/tripods, and it's really hard to find effective uses for them. Like, I wish that you could like step up to something that's like whenever you're crouched and put it on top of it. That would make it feel so much better. But
it'd be a little OP that way. But it's scary going prone in PUBG, period, because it's just an easy headshot, really.
Depending on perspective, we both play first person. I know that that's both of what we like to play at. The third person people, that's where they live. They're always prone, like laying down, spinning the camera around.
Yeah.
So maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. We're neglecting the third party people.
It's made for the third party. Third person. I don't know. I have yet to even try it out in prone because, like I said, it's scary. Because not only because it's just your head exposed, and so you could just get it's a headshot if they shoot at you because there's nothing really to miss. They just got to shoot at the ground where you're near. A. B. Like I said earlier, you get up. You've got that lag time of being able to pull your weapon out and actually shoot. So that could be a disadvantage if you get in an engagement.
A little bit of exchange going through. We can see it down coming onto him. You can see getting pretty nervous about the locations around him. Steps back around. Doesn't take that much damage, but managed to retaliate a lot, and that's going to be the Gonza going down.
Yeah, and this is why I love PUBG. Right here is just this. We kind of hopped in right when they were already in an engagement, but that feeling I know he's feeling right now, that adrenaline rush. You can see he got a little hyped up there for a minute. He got hyper-focused into getting that second guy, and he pre-fired him so well and was able to take out that entire team.
Also, one of the things about PUBG is you can see we keep bouncing around different spots on the map. Other areas are nice and calm, and everybody's just kind of relaxed. Other areas, it's just like you pop in, and it's just like murder, mayhem everywhere. And that's kind of the fun about it.
Yeah, definitely appeals to a lot of play styles. You can play it passively if you would like. But again, kills matter. They are taken into consideration of your final points.
Marmota just now picked up his second weapon. Did you notice that? He didn't have a weapon before this. So I'm curious about how the looting phase is going through. If he just opted away from every single weapon he came across in there and just like, I didn't like it, or finally just, maybe he dropped it off somewhere else, but it just seems weird that that was on the ground. That wasn't like I'm looting a corpse weapon. That was, I need a second weapon.
Maybe they got overrun off of a compound and they were not able to, they just ran, right?
It's your boy.
It's my boy, Gil.
He's so intense, man. Like, you can see, he's just
in it.
I would be afraid to play with Gil, because I would be afraid I would disappoint him, and he would give me, like, very sad, angry eyes at the same time.
I would disappoint him, Matt says.
Like, you just see, like, this is just one of those guys you just don't want to disappoint. He has expectations, and he plans to excel. Speaking of excelling, popping back over here, and that's going to be LoLWingz getting torn apart, but retaliation does come down, and that goes very poorly as it's an exchange back and forth.
Nice.
That's going to be PauloVacaLive actually coming out on top of that. Coming back over here. Just trying to, I like this. Go loud, step back out of the way, figure out where everything's happening, make sure nobody's collapsing around you. Played off at this point and got caught into a third-party fight. Now trying to get a little bit more information. Figure out if they can sneak up on the outside of this.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of that because as we've said before, how you can hear shots pretty easily on this map due to its small size. So anybody can come in. Ooh.
Going for the nade. Actually, no, a Molotov of all things. Going to be outside and in the blue, so he's got to be very careful. Right on the edge of it, actually. Steps around the corner, gets down onto that one. Prepping the nade. Going to try to finish it off.
Breath.
You can see he's leaned in. He's intense in this moment right now. Steps around the outside of it, trying to catch him in between the windows. All right, the little gaps inside the wall there. flank back behind him. It was a smart play, but got caught on the vision just barely, so couldn't come out with the back flank
Yeah, he
onto
caught
it.
him running through there right behind that wall, right in that break. Try to be sneaky. But
You see, Peru got to relax a little bit after that. He was leaned in so deep into his monitor, like, okay, I've got to get this, I got to get this. And after he gets it, just kind of relaxes back just a little bit. So now down to 43 people up and alive.
Eles vão acabar marcando a gente na linha B, né?
24 teams. Quick maths.
What do you mean?
Yeah. I was trying to determine how many solos there could potentially be.
Hard to say at this point. So this, I can see now we're at that relaxing point. And whenever we're at the relaxing point of the game, what do we talk about, Lucy? What is relaxing to you?
Spa day.
Spa days are relaxing to me. So naturally, Gil, do you think that Gil goes to the spa? I think that Gil would definitely love the spa crate. Can you imagine him with like the little towel on his head and having the little comfy like robe going on right now?
He says, nope.
Whoa, rapaz! Aqui
Hey, he's all excited about that one. He feels good about it. So nice little spin around, making their way over and through. But with this, we're slowly making our way over towards this northern area. Again, we have a lot of the river that's inside the circle, so it'll be interesting to see if people opt into playing on the western part of the beach or the eastern part of the beach. Right now, most of the teams actually collapse around the western area.
I guess, well, most people were probably more on the southern half of the map, so they assumed it to be an easier rotation clockwise, mind you.
The thing about Sandhawk, you can just have anybody hiding around any corner, and they just pop out, get the kill on a Tricula there. And so with this, Steve and Freeze are doing quite well for themselves. Still up and alive, duo strong. We've talked about it, a lot of solos that are still running around on the map at the direct time. Not too terribly far away from the safe zone either.
No.
Everyone they're just moving around right now with no care in the world. Such ease.
It's such a nice
I'd be
break.
scared right here. Oh, there's people on the water.
Couple of pot shots going back and forth. Somebody shooting out from the blue at them. Actually gets the down on a Freeze, but right next to his teammate, so they get the retaliation drop. And so now it's just going to be a fairly easy res from this point. They have a little ways to go, but shouldn't be too terrible.
Tem gente lá na frente aqui.
Yeah, that west side's getting crowded.
Yeah, we're popping over here with now Releen and Pimp making us push on the outside. Looks like they spotted somebody. Nice shots coming out to get the instant drop onto one.
Good cleanup.
Like they both spun together. Like right as soon as the call came out, you just both see them beat in and just tear them apart. It's such good synergy between these guys.
Which is super helpful. Oh man, you could play. You could put two great players together, and if you don't have that synergy, as you've said, communication, it could really go downhill.
I can hear the. I don't think he meant to throw a frag grenade there.
Whoops.
Maybe they were going for the smoke. Instead, it's like, hey guys, we're here.
Yeah.
Look this way. All right, so here we go. We've got our map pops up. Shows a new safe zone. It's going to be right around high 10 over there. So with this, several teams already inside the circle, but you can see a lot of people still playing the edge. We also do have a couple of people that are out inside the blue at the direct time.
That's really, I feel like that's just no surprise.
Nah. That's kind of the way that this map can run if you're not careful. Specifically trying to stay ahead of the circle is a big factor here. So, like I say, these guys are playing pretty patient. They don't have too far to go. It seems like they're worried that somebody is right next to them. You can see they keep beating in on the buildings around them.
Oh.
Listening in. Walks right into it. Listen, like, he was just sitting there waiting for it, listening. He was like, no, I hear it. Yeah. Let's get this kill.
The guy coming up had no idea. He just straight beelined in.
Well, the worst part is he was so close to making it in the safe zone. We were talking about how so many people have been stuck outside the blue. You could see he was like, I'm about to make it. I'm almost to safety. No.
Nope.
Speaking of safety, Hana is not going to find anything there as he gets knocked out. So that means there is another duo partner out and around. ecoww's over in a position outside of this. They've got to cross over the river to make their way inside of the next circle. It's going to make sure to take their stims all the way up because they know that they've got to cross over. This is how are they going to go for the bridge? Because this is the big decision. Do we run across the bridge or do we just swim it? Both of them have their good sides and their bad sides.
Yeah. What about under the bridge?
actually a lot of teams really opt into doing that. It's a smart play. A lot of people tend to look specifically up on top of the bridge so you can buy yourself a little bit more freedom. And if you start getting shot at, you can use the little pillars that are down below, kind of hide out and around it. Naturally, probably not going to live through it one way or the other once somebody starts shooting at you in the water, but you can at least make them work for it.
Yeah, there are some sections where you can actually walk at a decent pace, but then others where it just catches you and you're going so slow. That's just death waiting to happen.
That circle is fairly small, and we actually have several people that are pushing over towards the bridge that we were looking at just a second ago with those duos. It's getting a little bit explosive now as we're dropping down to 26 people alive. See, right now we're over here with gudybay on the outside of it. And we look, somebody managed to find a boat, but they're also going to find a whole bunch of bullets coming their way as Anonymous is not going to make their landfall easy. They're just going to have to drop back behind it. Actually opting to run at the perfect time when he has to go for a reload. Now we're popping over with Papaya. Lines up a nice shot. We're just bouncing back and forth between fights.
Yeah, we are.
I love it.
I don't think I've ever been in a boat on this map.
So now we've got Anonymous doing the push. Looks like they're going to opt into the upper area. See the fact that this is where a little bit of a fight was happening at beforehand. Remember, we saw a duo make a push in this area just a little while ago, but I think they did clear it out. They might be down below them or potentially post up on this. I don't think that we've seen them entirely die. Anonymous seems to be aware of their position, keeps peeking around different angles. So now he's starting to make his push, and see that the circle is coming up right back behind him. Feeding information back and forth, they can tell it's getting a little bit nerve-wracking as they're making this approach. Just hear it inside of their voices. Push up and forward. All they have to do is make it over to these crates, and they can please stop for just a second. But they're going to opt into just running all the way forward. Still 23 people alive. Popping back over here with Papaya now. Looks like he's just doing a little bit of a scout around this area. He's right on the other side of this bridge and could potentially spin back over and see Anonymous if they make their approach off the bridge.
Yeah, and they actually made it across with nobody to contest them. Nobody saw them, and I was a little scared for them, but you think, oh, they made it across. This is the hardest part, getting off of that bridge. There's no cover, completely wide open. So unless they're stacked with some smokes, it's going to be a little difficult to get across and into some cover.
But I love this. Look, he's waiting. He knows other people have to be coming on from this angle. Just has to wait for the kills to come to him. So that's going to be one. Remember, we did see Papaya also making the same push right back behind it. They had to hear this. Meanwhile, Anonymous is up on outside of this.
Não se esquece do cara que estava lá atrasado, hein?
ecoww is right in this, was right over here, but this is also where Papaya was pushing at as well. I think we might have a little bit of a time sync difference between these two different duos. Yeah, it looks like Anonymous is at a little bit of a different time sync than his partner.
Yeah, and just a reminder for anybody that's wondering, we are watching direct feed of the streamers. Every streamer that's in the tournament is streaming on their own channels. You can definitely check out their personal streams, see what's going on over there. So that we will have a little, maybe sometimes a little lag between the two.
We're just time travelers. That's what we can do. I mean, we can go back and choose whatever we want to watch. Yeah. We just really wanted to see that kill, and so then we'll maybe go back and watch it again in just a second. We got the next level technology on replays. And look at the patience coming out from Flying Nibs. He's just holding down this position, waiting. His teammate had gotten down earlier, gets the spray. His teammate's trying to retreat back around this. A jump shot coming over. He just managed to barely survive that.
That was so good. This guy comes over the ledge like, like
going for it. Yeah, just jumps over the side of it.
Which is smart. I mean, because he couldn't risk vaulting, because if he had vaulted, he would not have had any use of his weapon at all.
That's Eelvito going down there, so that's going to be Papaya's partner. We're seeing continuation of that fight we were saying could happen just a second ago. That's probably going to be Papaya making his run over. Drops down perfectly into a little divot. I don't know if he's managed to make it to safety yet or not, though. The circle has now popped, and he's going to have to cross in front of Anonymous.
These guys are going to have to rotate probably, yeah, just under all those buildings. They're going to have to wait and see if anyone's going to be coming out of them.
They can hear all the firefighters. 13 people alive right now, so it's all about different angles. Now we can see how everybody's going to be approaching this area. Anonymous, ecoww, they just moved into this position right where we're seeing them now. We do have gudybay still up and alive on the outside of the safe zone. He's going to have to make his way into a fairly congested area over there. Diego also managed to fall into a little bit of foothold. And Papaya, way outside the blue.
Papaya just hanging out there.
He's just taking it up.
Probably healing up as best he can.
Just trying to survive at this point.
Yeah.
So him and the secret guy is one of the strategies that they're known to play. If they end up finding themselves in a bad spot, they'll try to tank for as long as they can, just trying to get those extra couple of spots that people are going to drop off.
That's true, that's true. This was an interesting rotation that they initially chose to go towards the compound. Looks like they're not Oh, they are. They're going back to
tirar.
it. They want that fight. They want to fight people. They're thirsty for kills.
Oh, well, speaking of that, ecoww just goes down. He's going to be flying them still up and alive. He's going to have to try to get a little bit more meds up. We've been seeing him get into some very close range fights. Whenever I say close range, I mean like on top of each other inside of these fights. It's going to drop us down to 5. So he does manage to have a little bit of safety inside of this building. But as you can see, a lot of the duos really are vying for the spot.
Right, I mean, you just see, like, as I call it, that was really ballsy of Anonymous to try to come up on a compound, an unknown compound that's most likely already occupied. They hear you. They have the advantage, but they decided to go right on in.
And the many times that I have cast Papaya, I've noticed that this is a running trend of Papaya.
Yeah.
He is all about the snake in the grass. He will just slowly creep his way around.
It's going slowly.
And I love it, because I always imagine him making that face down the bottom left the whole time. He's like creeping around like, Look, pays off for him. Manages to catch Diego as it's coming through, but now he's outside in the blue, and he's going to have to run forward. Now we're down to 4 people alive.
Somebody's mad.
Let's be honest, I'd be mad.
Yeah.
I'd be mad in that situation. Papaya lives throughout a little bit, like banter here and there.
That's definitely the most triggering thing. Getting killed by somebody out in the blue.
Now we're down to 3. So it looks like we've got multiple solos at this point, I believe. As we got gudybay that's holding down this angle. We've got right down below him is going to be Papaya. And we've got Flying Knee who's holding down this position right here. Representing Athena Esports, it looks like.
Does he hear him?
He knows that there's somebody above him. I think it's going to be gudybay that's just up above him at this point. Meanwhile, Papaya is just on the outside of it. He does need to make his way inside the safe zone. This hill is making it really problematic for a lot of these guys to maneuver around. So it could end up with like a low ground fight that's going to happen between Flying and Papaya. Meanwhile, we're going to have up on top of it our solo player just kind of hanging out, being able to listen to it all.
I just can't. This face. I mean.
If you haven't watched his stream, he has a glorious. His facial expressions are just amazing. And he steps around, tries to go for it. Papaya was trying to do a peek shot and catches the wall instead. So that takes us down to 2, and up. Yep. Throwing out the emotes.
Oh goodness, he's right on top, full advantage.
Calling it like it's like he's almost like Babe Ruth right now, just calling his shot, pointing out in the distance. Now the question is, does he just wait for it, or like I mean, you can rain down a couple of grenades at this point. Oh, did he see it? Was that flying off to the left for a second? It's hard to tell. Could have been just a shadow.
Yeah, it's.
I know like, Twitch chat's about to love this. gudybay in such a good position right now.
There he is.
Where's
There he is. Oh my gosh!
No! Oh, snipes him from above, just straight into his forehead. Oh, yeah, he's excited about that one. Just bullet straight down on top of him to take him down.
He just flicked right onto him. No big deal. Right back off, and he said, adios.
That's what you saw him. He like set down everything, gets up, and he's just like, yes, he feels good about it.
That was good, because you were wondering maybe for a moment if that was going to go to the circle just going in on them both and seeing who could out-survive it. But for whatever reason, he decided to peek from down below, and that cost him his life. But second place still isn't bad. I'm sure he racked up some kills with it as well.
So with that, I mean, we had a glorious round there. That is going to be our final round for Latin America. So let's do a quick look over what happened inside the last round before we take a quick look at standings and see how this all plays out. I mean, I love this map. There's so many cool little spots and so many interesting fights. Back over here, as you can see, nice shots coming on the outside of it. We have so many counter flanks and flanks coming into play here. You saw him after he gets that shot, managed to have the awareness, sees him coming around the outside of it, listens for the footsteps, repositions back behind the tree, gives himself some cover, and just nails the shot.
Great plays, absolutely, on Sanok here. I feel like we did see a little lull in the middle, but it just went off.
I think that's kind of how it happened. With a hard shift like this, everybody was kind of forced. They were all kind of funneling into the same spot, and it just forced so many of the players to be right on top of them. But look at these nice long-range shots coming out there. Just nailing it. That's that synergy play we talked about before, and both of them spin in. And then the sneaky play where, nope, you can't make it into the safe zone. You're just going to die. Right? Like, you can almost see his hand reaching out like, I almost made it. I almost made it.
Yeah, he had no idea. He wasn't even trying to be sneaky.
Some nice shots coming over here from Papaya. Managed to survive for quite a while here. Anonymous with this beautiful push off to the side is going to take down, and y'all, that's going to be Papaya's partner from earlier. Papaya was kind of a talking point inside of this round, I have to say. He had kind of quiet early 2 rounds, but then really comes up on this. Like, these close range fights just right inside of this. Like, look at that, holding that angle, just stepping into a hail of bullets.
All right.
He's mad.
He's super mad. Oh my gosh, I would be so mad. I feel that. I feel the tilt.
Now, here's the question. Is Papaya mad after that?
Well, he was, it looked like he was reloading, to be honest.
No, I think he was coming back. It looked like he was trying to spray around for it, but look at this beautiful shot. Just right down, just straight into the eye to take him down. Throw out the emotes for it. I mean, that's like, I know a lot of people go back and forth about the emotes. Oh, they don't have any worth. They don't have it. Nah, whenever you get the kill and you can throw it. So going for it. So
well, let's take a look at the standings for the kills for individuals, I believe.
So we're gonna pop up, and wow, look at that,
Teams.
50 kills in first place, double. Team back behind them, Team Anonymous with 23, Diego and Paranga.
Where? Yeah,
Look at that. Both of them. Both of them. Paranga. There we go. Both of them have more kills than the team back behind them. By themselves.
That's amazing.
Coming up on top of that, naturally, is Paranga again, followed by Diego. We've got Anonymous coming in 17th. We've got Gudybay coming in with 14 kills, and then right back behind that is DND with 11, and Anito also tied in 11, and then Mingo also at 11.
I'm still wowed at. I'm gonna get this down. Pedrero Cervante.
I think so. Now keep in mind, guys, if you saw any awesome plays in this or any streamers you're like, I gotta check out, make sure you check them out. But we have our top 8 standings, and it is your favorite word to say?
Oh, sorry?
Pedrero
Cervante.
But look at that, 300 points ahead. But we've got No Break that comes in second with 969. 10 points back behind them is Troll Team Esports. And then right back behind that, 6 points in fourth place. This was such a close game in between 2, 3, and 4. I'm talking kills separated.
North America was the same, too, actually. I mean, the first 2 had their own little gap, but then everyone else kind of funneled right behind each other, where it might just make you feel, oh my gosh, I could have gotten 1 place higher. Had we
just
gotten
one
that
kill
one
still. If somebody like manages to steal 1 or 2 kills inside of it, it is ridiculously influential. But I mean, it's about playing inside those clutch moments. That's where you're going to come out and you're going to make sure that you like come through and you make your way into the next round. And speaking of clutch moments, we have a great one coming through here. I'm talking probably one of the smartest plays of the day. We're going to go ahead and watch our play of the day for Latin America. It is going to be this sneaky heel bait that comes through here. Outside and in the blue, tanking it up, taking so much damage, look on that, but he knew that there was a duo right next to him, sneaks right back behind him, sprays one down, spins back around, gets the second one, barely survives through it. That was just beautiful.
That was wild. He had some good restraint. Me, I'd be like, people, kill everything.
I know. He steps up, and he was so patient. Like, we were sitting there watching it. It's like, why is he healing? He's like right there on the edge of it. He heard it, played it out, made sure to tank up as much health as he could before stepping into that fight. So smart.
That's what separates us casuals from the more competitive and perhaps professional PUBG players. Up next, however, I mean, to be honest, this is it for the day.
And we've got tomorrow, though, with tons of events where we're going to be moving into the open brackets for everybody that's going to be coming through, so that we're going to get started off in about, I don't know, it's not even full, like 12 hours, somewhere around that point, I believe, whenever we're going to be moving over and we're going to be watching Asia to start it off with, and then we're going to make our way over to EU, and then back over to North America.
Yep, 4 a.m. Pacific time with Asia.
A little early.
Pacific.
A little early.
Yeah, for us.
Oh, yeah. I mean, got to give it to the crew this morning. They woke up really early, and they've been powering through it. So naturally, if you've been enjoying this, make sure you tune in for that, because tons of chances to find new streamers, people you can enjoy. And naturally, make sure you give kudos to everybody that participated inside of this event. It's all about coming through naturally, competing, make it into the next round, but also it's just about community for a certain amount too. So make sure you show your community support for everybody that was involved today.
Absolutely. So don't stop using your hashtag Broadcaster Royale. This stream is ending at this moment. It's going to take a little break while we come back at 4 a.m. You will see us then at, I think like maybe 10 a.m.
Yeah, we'll be in
again tomorrow with more NA action.
Get some sleep.
We're going to go get some sleep now. You guys, come on back. We'll see you right here for more PUBG bright and early. Or nighttime, wherever you live.
We'll catch you guys tomorrow.